Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. Tonight is Monday Night Raw. I'm Travis. Dalitha is in the other room. She'll be in here in a few minutes. And it looks like we're getting the show started with Bobby. Mr. Bobby Lashley, who WWE is looking to push as their main champion on Raw for a while now. After dismissing The Fiend, it doesn't look like they have anybody else that might be able to possibly carry the company. But I am not 100% sure of what their plan is, but I'm sure they have a fantastic plan ahead of them. Oh, how was everybody's weekend? Looks like we got women's beach volleyball on the Olympics. Boop, 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 boop. Let me see if I can swap that over. Okay, there we are. Oh. All right, we are supposed to get a Goldberg sighting tonight, so let's see how that ends up playing out. But this is our 2 years, guys. We have literally been on this YouTube for 2 years doing this. A lot of you have been here with us for a long, long time. We appreciate that. But yeah, tonight is our 2-year. It's kind of funny. Our very first one that we ever did was, actually, we did it on a Friday. And it was back when SmackDown and Raw were on Monday and Tuesdays. And I had recorded it. And I was like, hey, we should try that. So in reality, we started on a Friday. But with Monday Night Raw, we were live. But the show we were watching was recorded. But anyways, we have been here for 2 years doing this. As of tonight. Woo! All right, we're listening to MVP. He's saying that Goldberg didn't challenge any man. He challenged the almighty Bobby Lashley. Whew. Dalitha had spilt some oil on her shirt. She's trying to get the oil off before she comes on. Not oil wrestling. She wasn't doing that. It was actually a salt shaker into a pan of oil mishap. All right, we had Walter Johnson in here. We got Aaron Reed. We got John Dyer in here. Randy Pala is in here. Sophie. We got Sophie in here. What else we got in here? We got Will in here. Fat Lace is in here. Alita Kelly. I already said Roberto's in here. Jacob's in here. Ayla's in here. Gage is in here. I should probably be reading your comments, not just reading your names. And I don't know if I said Jacob, but Jacob's in here. And that is everybody. I will read your stuff during the commercial breaks if she doesn't get in here before the commercial breaks. Here he comes. Here comes Big Goldberg. Anybody been following the Olympics? Looks like the U.S. soccer team lost to Canada today, question mark. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. There she is. We got the Goldberg chants going. Goldberg. Goldberg. Don't want to come in shirtless. Just kidding. She's got clothes on. Goldberg. Looks like the crowd's into it a little bit. There's the cheers that we're looking for. Make sure they're real, though. They're not showing the audience. There it is. I was like, where's the sparklers? I don't see any sparklers. Can't have an entrance with Goldberg without his sparklers. He's still got a little athleticism. If I tried to kick that high, I'd probably tear the hamstring clean off my bone. Right off my butt bone. Gageberg. I guess his name would still be Goldberg. Gage Goldberg in the audience, front row. That's pretty cool. All right, these two big men about ready to go face to face. We're just, what, 3 short weeks away from that pay-per-view? Anyways, if you're just joining us, we are watching Monday Night Raw. We got Bobby Lashley in there, and now Goldberg's in there. Goldberg's a big dude. Old man, though. Older man. That crowd's going nuts. So much for saying that people don't like Goldberg. Goldberg laughing in Bobby's face. Goldberg got Chicago on their feet.
It's amazing. Most of the time, nobody gets on their feet.
You either crapped your pants or you're scared out of your mind. Couldn't you be both?
I think that's usually what happens when you get scared out of your mind. You usually crap your pants.
Goldberg will always be Goldberg no matter how old he is.
Well, of course he will be. But he's still old. Just say hi to everybody.
I did. Up to a point. I haven't looked for a minute. Because I am Goldberg.
Right.
Champ, you're next. Ashley didn't say a word.
Piccolo said last thing he's been slacking on the Olympics. Last thing he's seen was volleyball.
What's
Like
on right now?
regular volleyball or beach volleyball? So he said I've been here since a couple months ago. Nice.
Italy has a gold medal in the 100. Come on, guys.
Good for them.
That is unreal. Congratulations to Italy. Oh, is he going after his son? His son's not as big as he is.
That's Goldberg's kid.
It is.
That's weird.
Yeah, he gave him a big hug.
Jacob
before
says they are in Illinois. Yes, they are. Alita says I can eat those healthy thighs. Sophie says Goldberg's son got older than the last time we saw him on WWE television.
Right.
That's usually what happens.
They grow a lot from the
"Ha ha,
ages
Alita
of like
Kelly."
14 to 18.
Right? Robbie says, Goldberg, what the F is this ish? Get the fraud off my TV. Well,
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh,
Spear!
poor MVP.
MVP Spear.
Jacob says, Travis, whenever we get a commercial, I am getting me adult beverage. Nice.
Yes.
So he says, this Bobby versus Goldberg feud reminds me of the Brock versus Goldberg feuds.
That's a
Right.
porn pop.
Yeah.
It's like ice cream, but with porn. Oh. Death threat.
He didn't even come after your kid.
Gage Goldberg.
Oh my god, how done.
GG. call him
Check
Double
us,
G.
Travis, whenever we get... Oh, here, I already said that one. Rally's in the sport. Hey, Rally says hi to Travis Dilitha if she's on stream tonight. I'm here.
Hello.
I'm a massive Alexa Bliss fan, so hope she's not on show tonight. She might get booed if she is not nice or fair. Love stream, thanks, Travis.
Yeah.
Piccolo says, will you be clocking the time in the ring tonight, Travis? Yes.
Gotta get up in there.
Walter says, hey, Dalitha, late. Oops. Yeah, late. Robbie's like, Goldberg has me changing the channel. He's gone now, so he should be okay for a little while.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him again. They just had to start it out to keep us older people interested in the wrestling.
Roberto says, hey, there she is. Yeah, here I is. I made it. Grant T says Bray Wyatt got released. He sure did. Piccolo says third person is so cliche. Walter's like, Goldberg, yes, Bobby, boo. Piccolo says the Russians gals beat the U.S., I think.
In soccer, it was Canada. In gymnastics, it was the Russian girls, I believe.
Are you talking regular volleyball?
Oh, and in volleyball, I have no idea.
Are you talking beach volleyball? Because the U.S. is doing pretty good in beach volleyball.
We got two good teams.
Robbie says Goldberg's son looks like the Karate Kid. Alita says with a little boy, they like them, the pedos. Right? Will Lashley is in the chat making angry faces. And Vindicator's in here with Snorberg's son will be the next Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, Lord, no.
Yes. Russell McIntyre is making devil faces. And Sophie says Dee looks like she didn't get any sleep. Yeah, probably didn't. Walter says Drew McIntyre will win. Yeah, it still hurts. That's what I was saying ow about earlier. Sanel Mahal's in the chat, and Jacob says, Travis, so October 16th, we'll let you interview wrestling.
I'm down.
Piccolo says, LOL, the sword is as big as the backstage hand. Vindicator says, excitement is in the air for Dalitha, main guy Drew to beat up Vim and Stanky. Well, it's just because you get to say those funny names. It's probably the only good thing about it.
I wonder when we're going to start hearing the whole... Do you think the Fiend will come back?
I can't wait. Do you think he's going to get signed to...
Well, he's signed with AEW. Well, his uncle, Barry Windham, was one of the top WCW guys. Also a former Four Horseman.
Mm.
His dad, was Mike Rotunda, who was also in WWE, but he was in WCW as Mike Rotunda. And Barry Windham's dad, so Barry's grandpa on his mother's side, is Blackjack Mulligan. So there's some pedigree there.
Right? Jacob's like, I mean some cool legends. You mean or meet some cool legends. He also says demolition, and I need my adult beverage. Go get it. Because says, oh, it was team volleyball, not beach. On Friday, the one U.S. player sprained her ankle.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't watched any.
Was she the one that landed all weird because that other player was in her way, and she ended up It happened in regular volleyball too, in the women's volleyball. And the other player was too close to her, and when she landed, she kind of almost landed on her a little bit, but not really. And then when her other foot came down, she just twisted her ankle.
The only sport that really matters in the Olympics is over. The 100 meter. It's kind of it. The two most important things in all of sports. The fastest man alive and the world heavyweight champion. So who's the world heavyweight champion? Is it Tyson Fury, since he never really lost any of his belts? Or is it Anthony Joshua? We almost had a unification fight, but Deontay Wilder decided to throw a wrench into that one. So hopefully Fury can win that and then go on. There's Jinder Mahal's music, though. My new favorite wrestler in WWE.
Yeah, because they got rid of the one we really liked.
Bray was my favorite, and he's gone, so This looks like my new favorite. Jinder Mahal.
Veer and Shanky.
Prison Shanky.
Mm-hmm. Robbie wants to know if there's any decent matches tonight.
Looks like Shanky and Veer are going 1-on-2 against Drew McIntyre.
I guess it depends on what you consider decent.
Square's going 1-on-1 with, what's her name? Ash. A-S-H.
Oh, yeah.
Nikki.
Square and the Women's Raw Champion. Vindicator says, this is random, but I think Dalitha is more of a badass when she has a ponytail.
Get their ass, Seabass.
Oh, yeah?
She's just dressed for business.
It's my ponytail mean business.
They
Like,
put
I
a
will
stone
pick your
out there
asshole.
for him to stab. Now. So now it's the sword in the stone. But it's a square stone, so it's even cooler.
It looks more like a cardboard box.
No, it's a sorcerer's stone. Or
I guess
whatever
he's
it's called.
bringing the sword with him.
He's got to.
Because he's going to shank people.
'Cause
You know, that's called murder. Just saying, dude. And right now you're assaulting people and it's called attempted murder.
I don't know if it's called attempted murder.
It's assault and battery.
It's up there.
Where are the cops when you need them? He's not even from this country. He'd be in so much trouble.
He's chasing me with a sword. So my buddy TR, he's told his son he's told his brother for a while. He's like, you know, your son's gonna end up beating you up one of these days because he's always training him to fight, and he's got him in all these fighting things, and he's just training him to take your place. Anyways, he's this running back up at Highland. He's 16. Well, anyways, his dad went off on him and chased him into his room. And a few weeks ago, they went and they did some karate stuff, and he ended up getting like a sword, like a really nice sword, but it's a sword, like a real one. And his brother, Trevor's yelling at his son through the door, and the sword just comes through the door.
He was yelling at his kid through the door?
Yeah, and the sword came through. Like, well, good thing you didn't get him a hunting rifle. He's like, well, now you can see why these kids go to jail. It goes right to they just use their spinal cord to think with. They don't even use their brain.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit. Anyways.
Oh, my goodness.
Veer started out in there.
Anyways, Pico said exactly on what I was talking about for the women's volleyball. And Vindicator says Fiend will show up and terrorize the swindlers in AEW. Alita says, actually, I can't wait to see if Berg can take him to the circle. Nice. And Jamel McGee's in the chat. Hey, Jamel says, in a deep, epic trailer voice, John and Missionary Possible. Sophie says, I'm surprised at how many people cheered Bobby when he came out.
I like Bobby.
Robbie says, D, you know all about decent matches. I learned it from watching you. That's how I know. Russell McIntyre with his little knives in the chat. And Sophie says, did you hear the rumors that SmackDown might move to 3 hours?
Yes, heard the rumors.
And I quit if they do. Because if it's any indication of what there will be like what last Friday was, then it's going to be stupid. And boring.
They would have to bring more talent onto the show. Because right now they only have like...
They're like, let's get rid of talent.
They only have like 2 or 3 people
let's make
that
a
are
3-hour show.
Being on there.
We forgot that we lost all of our talent because we fired them all. How are we going to fill that 3rd hour? I know! Recaps and stories.
Just longer recaps.
Just a lot of recaps. They'll never know. They'll really want to watch it then. All the live audience people will be excited. Pickle says when it's in WWE, all rules are off and assault charges. Yes, exactly, assault charges. Vindicator says that's probably a plastic sword. McBossman wants no part of the almighty lawsuit. No, I'm sure it's a real sword. Jacob says, hey, Vin. And Sophie says, now we know why Travis doesn't do this channel alone.
Yeah. Because he is not going to sit there and read comments until commercial breaks. Because if I do, then I have no idea what's happening up there.
I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre's kicking Veer's butthole.
Well, now, but you're not reading right now. Anyways,
he's still kicking his butthole. And I'm looking at our screen.
Little arm drag.
Robbie says 3 hours of SmackDown. I can't wait. I was like, do you love 3 hours of WWE? I do. It makes me want to slit my wrists.
I don't know if Fox could do it, to be honest. I just don't know.
I would think they'd have better things to put on their channels.
Well, there's a lot of people that watch wrestling. So they would have to say, okay, what other show gives us 2+ million? And can we put it there? But they could do something like have the third hour on their network or something.
Put it on Peacock?
Yeah, on the WWE.
Shanky's got him. Jinder's like, I've got a chair. Oh, you guys let him win by DQ. How dumb.
It was like a 3.5 minute match. Shit, last week they gave the victory to McIntyre, and he's the one that hit the other person with the chair.
Bastards. So it's like, what are your thoughts about Bray Wyatt's release as well as Ric Flair?
Ric Flair means nothing to me at wrestling. I mean, just old. He never really did anything. But it does look like he'll probably end up showing up on AEW, I would assume. And probably pretty soon. They'll probably do something with the little old Four Horsemen thing.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see Rick on there.
Assault charges are happening. There's some attempted murder
He went
happening.
and got a sword.
Attempted murder is happening.
Oh, there's sword fight. Chair versus sword.
It's attempted murder.
You just throw it at his face. There you go. But you let it go. He's pointing it right at his face.
Yeah, that's called attempted murder.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, extreme assault with a deadly weapon.
Throw it at his knee.
So, what's really pathetic, though, is the fact that Drew has to go get a sword. He's not strong enough to take a beating. What a loser. Ugh, this just makes me hate him even more. Like, he's become even more pathetic.
Oh, he's going to swing that sword like freaking Carl Ripken Jr.
Ugh, this person. Barf. Sophie said that. Pico's like, D putting in her 2 weeks notice. Yep. Liz like, he was let go. Sophie says if SmackDown does go to 3 hours, the third hour will be on FS1.
Yeah, something like that. They could do something like that.
Which is even dumber because I wouldn't go there to watch it.
You know what would be funny is some people, because FS1 is always live, so people would be able to watch the third hour before they could watch the first in some areas.
True. Walter's like, oh, Drew, you got this. He did. He got his sword out. At least it wasn't out of his pants. That's always a plus. Bucolo says, I will be upset, as always, if Ricochet is back in catering tonight. Those bastards.
I have a feeling they'll show Ricochet. I don't know if he has a storyline going on right now, but he's been on TV quite a bit lately.
Mm-hmm. Ravi says, D with the sarcasm tonight. Love to see it. Walter's like, DQ winner Drew. Alita says, I've always liked gender. Threatened lives.
Karma's going to come back and get him. Jinder calling it now. Drew's not even following them.
What a dork. Oh my god, seriously.
Watch him fall and break his ankle. Karma.
That'd be hilarious. Somebody takes his sword and melts it. Oh, I'm so sorry.
There's Naya.
I was shocked.
Did she say Rhea Ripley?
Yeah, just wait until you see what I do to Rhea Ripley.
Huh.
Mm.
I'm okay with this. They say next? Heck yeah.
Happening next. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Indicators.
Charlotte's got an appointment already for tonight, so maybe she won't get involved.
Maybe not.
That'd be fantastic.
Well, she shouldn't, right? Because she just wants the championship, so why would she? Vindicare says AEW and NXT should be 3 hours and 10 minutes just for extra bloodshed. NXT doesn't do bloodshed, so it would be boring. Sophie's like, it is tough for Fox to fill out the 8 to 10 p.m. every day before the news comes on at 10. Alita's like, not a plastic sword. It's not a plastic sword. That was pretty metally. Sophie's like, Adam Cole's contract is expiring the weekend after SummerSlam.
I seen that.
Alita says
I'm sure they'll bring him up to the main roster and give him a new one, though.
Right? Alita says assault with a deadly weapon. Robbie says, what's Drew trying to do at Prince of Persia with that sword? Shish kebab him. He's trying to murder him. Somebody needs to get the detectives involved. Walter's like, on Wednesday, I will be here for AEW 8 p.m. Still here until 9:05 p.m. Yeah, Walter, you're here on Monday. Are you
now
okay?
we got Homecoming coming up this Wednesday.
And the third trial for Jericho.
Yes.
Against some guy he's already fought before.
Oh,
some
that's
luchador guy or whatever.
Guerrero.
Mm-hmm. So now Mahal's like angry face. And Walter's like, when is SmackDown doing 3 hours? Never! It's just a rumor, Walter. That's not a true thing. It's just a little rumor
Nobody in
happening.
management has talked about it. It's all just rumor mill stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it can't come true. It just doesn't mean that it's in planning right now.
I left my pizza out at work. I forgot to put it in the fridge. I remembered it right in the middle of the grocery store, and I was like, that was gross anyways. Vindicator says, Drew has surpassed Edge on Talitha's You Just Made the List.
You just made the list.
Pretty much at the same level of stupid. Jacob's like, we get to see a luchador on AEW Wednesday. Yes. That's what we were just talking about too, Jacob.
Do you think it will really be him? Or will they put somebody else in there? Like MJF or somebody in the lucha outfit?
MJF's supposed to be commentating.
Yeah, I just said something.
So if he doesn't show up on commentating, maybe, but it'd be weird. Why would he make him do things and then lose against him during one of his whatever trials? Yeah.
I'm just saying, somebody like that.
Maybe.
So it's younger and moves way better. Like, that ain't some 50-year-old man.
Well. Sophie says it is hard to find FS1 though. So Matt Cardona was kind of making fun of Domino's and their little I had a fit about the pizza cutter guy. Did you see his Instagram photo?
No.
He's like, I'm so glad I'm champion of blah, blah, blah. Because he got some championship, that bare knuckle thing or whatever it was that he did.
Yeah.
And he won and he got the championship, right? So he got the championship of that. And he had a pizza cutter and Domino's pizza in his picture. I was like, well, there you go. It's a jab at him. It's like jab, 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 jab. So it's like, it is hard to find FS1, though. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's up there on Dish Network, up there by Baseball Network.
Russell McIntyre's fisting and thumbs-upping himself. That's gross, dude. Walter's like, Nia Jax for the win. Sophie says if SmackDown does go to 3 hours, they should announce it soon. Vindicator says Nia needs to lose curly hair. It's unsettlingly weird.
Isn't it? It's like 80s weirdo hair.
I mean, if it's her natural hair, that's cool and all, but it is kind of awkward looking. Robbie's like, oh, I thought the sword was from Toys R Us. Alita's like, plastic couldn't stand up to a chair. Exactly. So he's like, with Ric Flair being released, what are the chances of Charlotte leaving the WWE for AEW? And Luke is in the chat with chiming in with his take on this. Charlotte will never leave WWE as long as they keep giving her 3-1-3-day championship runs every 6 months.
Right.
So she can be a 46-time champion by the time she hits 42. Robbie says Ben Nia will be living in the 80s with that hairstyle. Sophie says Dana Brooke is rumored to be pregnant. Is that why they got rid of Mandy? Robbie says Drew is better than Edge.
Dana doesn't even have a
all
boyfriend.
In your opinion, Robbie. Maybe she got artificially inseminated. Maybe she went down to the jizz store and said, hey, bitches, I need some fucking sperm.
Yeah, she
I
was
want to
all
be a
flirting
mom.
with Batista not too long ago. That was like a year and a half ago. I mean, I guess you can get in a relationship in a year and a half, but...
Alita says, my hair is as curly like that.
Is it? The 80s? Do you have it crimped?
I'm pretty sure that's her natural hair. I'm pretty sure Alita's natural hair is curly.
I'm talking about Naya's.
No, it's curled. Like, it's curly, like her natural, like it might be her actual natural hair. I don't know what her natural hair looks like, but it could be her natural hair. Piccolo says, oh yeah, that reminds me, I want to ask if this is a male thing or what. But I don't mind leaving pizza out overnight. What do you think?
Nope, I'd have ate it. That's what I was going to tell her. Just eat it when you get to work in the morning.
I don't like pizza, and I don't like it cold. I think it's disgusting.
It won't be. It'll be room temperature, and it'll be really good.
Gross.
That's what I liked more about it. So yes, that could be just a male thing, but I used to do that all the time. It's like couch pizza. What show is that? Did you just eat couch pizza? Is that what's that show called? The Hangover?
Maybe.
He finds a piece of pizza in the couch. I'm not sure if that's it. But.
Probably.
Nia Jax's got a clear power advantage here.
Sophie's like, the sword is from Vince, and Piccolo says, chat, discuss, right? Robbie says, Travis not finding the pizza story funny at all. He seemed kind of sad about it, didn't he?
The pizza story? I just don't understand why people got mad. And it's not people, it's Domino's. Why they got upset about it. It just happened to be a fight before they came on. It's called a coincidence.
Yeah, and they're so dumb they thought it was something else. Like, get over yourselves. You're not that great, Domino's.
It's like they're on LSD. That's what LSD makes you do. Is it makes you find those familiar things and go and relate everything.
So basically, Domino's is conspiracy theory all over the place.
Right.
Not surprising. They are kind of dumb. Sophie says almost everybody that Orton beat up on Legends Night this past January all are gone from the WWE. Now only HBK is left.
Oh, she was going for that riptide.
I don't know if she could get her in a riptide.
She tried.
That's Nia. She's a very large and in charge woman.
I like her hair. The more I look at it, I like it. I just don't know if I like the color of it. I think that's what's throwing me off. I think she has highlights in it.
Possibly. She might have some highlights in it to make it a little more goldish colored. Oh, poor Shayna got the
I thought
butt.
she had like straightened it and then crimped it.
Oh no, that's natural curls
Right.
going on right there.
Good. Like when they show it really close, and it's the lightness of it makes it look crimped.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
My sister used to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it was
I never
huge.
liked that.
But it's not. It's actually curly. Right. It's just not very tight curl. It's a looser kind of curl. Jacob says, Travis, I think you will like my wrestling buddies.
I like everybody. Have I ever met somebody I don't like?
Yes.
Huh.
Pickle says, no, Dana has some jacked up bodybuilder as a boyfriend. Risey D, what's wrong with my opinion? There's nothing wrong with your opinion. Although Travis said it was stupid.
What was it?
His opinion? Anything that comes from Ravi is a bad. Just kidding. It's
Nobody can have opinions.
Opinions are gross. They're so yesterday. Ouch. Luke says, Dana does have a boyfriend now. I can't remember his name, but she had pics with him on the 4th. But it's a new relationship. Luke, that does not mean that she can't get pregnant. Just because it's a new relationship.
We haven't seen her since they moved Mandy, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They impregnated her. Mia Yim might be showing up sometime on Raw also. They did move her to Raw, even though she never really appeared on SmackDown, so I don't know how that even counts as moving to Raw.
But with P. Cola's comment about some jacked up bodybuilder, Alita says, so she can't get pregnant, P. Cola? Alita, that is a possibility. When men take steroids, it does lower and hinder their ability to pop out babies And it depends on her, too. She does work out a lot, so...
She's like, I worked out.
It is a possibility it can mess with her whole hormonal stuff, too. It happens, unfortunately. Sophie says, with Ric Flair no longer there, they could have John Cena break his 16 title reigns by getting 17.
You know what? They could. I just don't see him doing it. Not at Ryan Reynolds. At Ryan Reynolds' expense.
At Ryan Reynolds' expense.
At Roman Reigns' expense.
Travis was like, so there was this movie.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds on the brain.
Robbie says, yes, Travis, next day pizza is the one. But Sophie says, Dana Brooke was engaged the last time I heard. And Piccolo says, oh no, she has a boyfriend. Yes, she can't get breakers. Robbie says, don't really rate Domino's in the UK at all. Overpriced-ish. Alita says, now that was a hip attack, right?
Yes.
Ravi says, Rhea doing up Kevin and Owen with that move. Piccolo says, we talk about Domino's like it's the best thing on earth. I wouldn't be bothered with less ads, right? I was like, so Dia's going to go for Nia hairstyle? No.
We could try it.
Sure. Let's put curls and delete those hair and see what scare everybody on the internet.
She's going to snap Rhea's back.
Sophie says...
She's got her in the torture rack.
She's just giving her an adjustment. It's fine.
She's elbowing her in the boobie.
Sophie says Adam Cole extended his contract and somehow he got his no compete cause waived to extend his contract to August 22nd.
There you go. Meaning that he was looking forward to leaving after this contract expired in August.
Right. Vindicator's like, Nia's head is too big for wild and untamed curls. Straight hair is her only option. Bobby says D with the hella abuse to me is normal. You started it.
Rhea up over. Lands on the outside.
So he says Adam Cole's original contract ended sometime before the Great American Bash.
Yes.
And Luke's like, what? I wasn't even talking about her being or not being pregnant. I was responding to Trav saying Dana wasn't with anyone. Yeah, whatever, Luke. You're starting rumors about Dana being pregnant. Jeez, Luke. I'm so disappointed in you right now.
Somebody partied a baby into her.
Every girl's dream.
Isn't it?
I don't know, possibly.
Just to be pregnant in a kitchen somewhere.
Making sandwiches.
Just making sandwiches.
Robbie says, has Bobby taken roids then? No.
No, everybody just looks like that naturally.
They just normally... It's from, eating a really healthy diet.
Yeah.
That's it.
Vegetarian mostly.
Olita says they did use clip-in extensions for fluff. Nice. Piccolo says Ryan Reynolds living in Travis's head right free.
I guess.
Sophie says, have you noticed all the WWE women got pregnant during this pandemic era? Some public and some private.
I feel like a lot of women got pregnant during this. So
pretty sure they had nothing else to do.
Maybe the numbers will go up. For births.
Ooh, do we get to call them baby boomers now too?
The boom. It's just a 1 year boom though.
Doesn't matter. They're still boomers.
To be a 3 year boom. It could be. You could go back to boomer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. That's gonna be enough. 2 and 3. Rhea Ripley rolls her up, but
Nia's all bloody.
Just a little momentary distraction.
Robbie says the blood on Nia, right? She has a lot of blood on her. What the hell?
Is it from a prison shank?
I don't know, but Rhea had it on her arm too, but I don't know if she hit her after or what happened.
So is Nia Shayna, is the breakup happening? They got to put this match at SummerSlam? I would like to see that. They've been hinting at this for a while. They might as well just let it happen. Take that shirt off.
Take your jacket off. Bitch slap her with it.
When Amanda Nunes fought her
It's even more scary because her face is all bloody.
Right.
So she looks
So
even more
when Amanda
terrifying.
Nunes fought
Look at
her.
her face. Fought Shayna.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the start of this win streak she's still on. That was her first win.
Oh.
Big kick.
Rhea came in and
Here it is, Riptide.
get her.
She got it.
Barely.
She just got a hernia.
Barely. I think she broke her back and her asshole at the same time.
That's a thing. Rhea Ripley looked like she getting a little bit of a push.
Yeah.
They're like, we need to put a 2-time championship on her immediately.
That's hilarious.
Are they going to build her up before they just throw a title at her? Or are they just going to throw a title at her?
Just throw a title
It's
at
so bad for them when they come up from NXT and they get a title thrown at them.
her. Ravi's like, Nia moves in slow motion, and Alita's like, a lot of women did get pregnant. Yeah, they did. Sophie's like, at least we are getting fresh matches tonight. I wonder how people will complain about tonight's show. Oh, they'll find something, don't worry. Ravi's like, D, of course I knew Bob took roids. Oh, did you? Pickle is like, that was a sweet missile drop kick earlier. Ravi's like, Rhea, what a douche. Pickle's like, what the heck? Blood everywhere on Nia? Yeah, I don't know if she must have got a hit in the head or something. I didn't see when she got the blood. Yeah. Does anybody know where or
to me, it
what
looked like it was
happened?
On her cheek. But...
Well, it was all over one side of her face, her left side of her face. It was completely just covering the left side of her face and up in her hairline.
Here comes T-Bar and Maze.
So, I don't know. Walter's like, Rhea won. Okay. Sophie says, I wonder how the pregnant women affected WWE storylines. I know, they just go away. Vindicator's like, I didn't realize Raw was in the 3rd largest American city tonight. Chicago. Although there are some people in Chicago that come into our chat. I'm sure you guys love it there. Chicago.
Best in town. It is a small town. That's what happens to me whenever I do that. Reservation dogs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We have those. Most people shoot them. They're not people, though. They're actually dogs. They're kind of angry. They run around in packs and attack people.
Hey, that's the girl that lost in soccer today.
Yeah, she's garbage.
I don't know what her name is.
Garbage.
But
her name is Garbage.
I seen her.
Did she cry about it?
No, she wasn't. Her teammate wasn't. She was smacking her teammate on the butt.
Of course she was. She's a freaking lesbian. She is.
You smack butts in sports. That has nothing to do with your sexual orientation.
Oh, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's all about her sexual orientation.
No, it's not.
If I was straight and a gay person walked me on the butt, I think I'd be offended.
Why would you be offended by sports? It's part of sports. We used to do it in church. Good game. Smack.
Okay, that's church. That's different. That's what happens in church, you know.
You don't smack people in the butt in church?
Whatever.
I did.
From what I've heard, they boink people in the butt in church. So...
I don't know what church you've been going to, but that's weird.
The Catholic Church.
It's only little boys. And it's usually at camp. I don't know if they're still doing that.
Well, of course they are.
Of course they are. Why would they stop?
Do you think that they stopped? They're like, we caught you. Okay, we won't do it anymore.
Our chat goes some weird places sometimes. Sophie says, we know Becky is coming back. There is talk that she's coming after SummerSlam and before the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she'll be around October, right around that time. It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing for her to do right now. If she showed up, what would you do with her? Like, just have her party?
Like party like a rock star. Party with Seth. Maybe you can put another baby in her. Well, it is like that's what they say about men who smoke weed. Their libido's a little low. Gothlesia says, and Naya went to sleep. And Luna's like, yes, my sister. And Mindy here says, Naya wanted to channel her inner Darby and Jericho with a crimson mask of blood. We need more women wrestlers to bleed to earn some more respect.
That's what
that did happen to Becky.
She became the man, and the rest is history. Then she got pregnant as a man, which was just weird.
Mm-hmm. People is like, JVD is from Chicago. Exactly. Robbie says, D, what's wrong with Chicago? Well, it's Chicago. Nothing's wrong with it, I guess.
They have the Chicago Bulls.
It's Mansoor.
The Cubs, the White Sox, the Blackhawks.
They have a lot of crime and
the
wind.
Bears. And the Bears. The Bears.
Mitzi says, and Naya went to sleep. Vindicator says, Chi-Town, nothing going for it right. Other sports teams are losers, except for the White Sox. And CM Punk is still unsigned. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's from there. Ugh, gross. Just made Chicago even worse. Sophie's like, it will be interesting if you do this show while you are at one of these wrestling shows in the future.
I don't think that would be possible. I think we'd get hit with copyright violation. Because they would hear their own music live.
But we're recording it with our own device.
Yeah, but we can hear it's the music.
Oh.
If we didn't put audio in, you guys just watched us and then recording the matches, it might work. I don't even know. I don't think you could do that either. I don't think we could record the whole match and play it. We could record some of it and play it.
Right? Alita's like, do I need to read your chat back? No. I don't think so.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, the crybabies?
There was no crying.
Whatever, I bet they cried.
They were upset.
I'm sure the bitches cried. Look, that one's crying already.
I don't know why she's wearing something that's not.
She's a goalie.
Oh, she's a quitter.
She's a quitter. She's from the States. She's a quitter. Loser!
Oh, that's gotta be it. 1, 2, and 3. No! Mansoor kicks out.
Go Canada.
They already won.
Yay, they
You
won.
don't have to cheer for them.
Go Canada.
Mansoor slips off the back. Kicks T-Bar right in the grill.
Let's see. Piccolo's like, oh, that was a burn. Yeah, I did it. I burned. Then here's like, fire, burn, burn, burn. Robbie's like, D, the church you have been going to sounds like a Mazza. Yeah. I was like, how many combos of this match is there going to be? 872. I was like, D, stop hitting on other man's towns. What town are you from? I'll hate on it too.
Everybody's
says,
hating. Oh,
nice. Ollie is from there too. Nice. Chicago.
From Canada?
Ugh. No, from Chicago.
Oh.
Makes Chicago even sound worse.
Both of them fly through.
Rob is like, are those grapes seedless? No, I'm just eating the seeds. And swallowing
people
them.
Do that.
I think I'm going to grow them in my belly later.
Oh, is she crying? She might have been crying there.
I'm crying! I'm such a loser!
Is it because your hair is purple?
I'm a loser.
Do you think they lost because her hair was distracting? Should they make some sort of rule against colored hair?
I didn't have enough Subway before I came out on the field. Ugh. Barf.
Who are they playing in the bronze medal round?
You mean they have to play again to maybe get a medal?
Yeah, they can still get the bronze.
Oh, barf. I hope they lose that too. Losers.
Sounds like you're a true American.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I like about you.
Some of the Americans that are at the Olympics are garbage that I've seen so far on the Olympics, and it makes me very frustrated.
1, 2, and 3. Mansoor. Gets pinned by T-Bar in his new face paint. Did he have face paint before?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
He's
remember.
been using face paint since he hasn't had a mask.
I don't remember.
It was our last time. And the time before. And the time before that.
I know Mace did. It don't look like he does now, but he did. It was like he had eyeliner on Oliver's face. Well, shit. T-Bar and Mace won that one, so now they have to go one more time for the swing match.
Desmond's in the chat. Hey, Desmond says, yo, what up? I'm late because of football practice, and congrats on 2 years on YouTube and so close to 1K. Nice.
Ali just saved the other guy, Mansoor.
Mansoor?
And took a beating for it.
Oh, poor Mansoor. He's like, oh my god, what happened? Are you okay? I'm sorry I didn't get there in time. Let's make brotherly love. Which is sad because that's his hometown and they made him lose in it.
They always do that.
They're like, oh, we hate you. Vinegar's like, why the heck are still doing Ms. TV? So you can complain about it all the time. Too many McBossman talk shows both in and out of the ring. I'm surprised that has been seen as not hosting one of them. Yeah. Walter's like, a tag team match. Pretty good. Alita says, ooh, the hair. I was like, yeah, I'm from good old England. So you're from a whole country? You don't live in a city? Did they forget to make cities in England now? I've heard some pretty shitty things about some of the cities in England.
Yeah, like Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, that's really bad. No, he should have killed more people.
Oh my god.
So if it's like, has Dee ever been to a wrestling event live before you guys started your YouTube thing 2 years ago? No. I haven't. It probably shows. Robbie says, T-Bar with the win. Mansoor and Ellie, such jobbers. No, they are. Thanks to you, Robbie. It's all your fault. Walter's like, boo, they won. Alita's like, a quick feel. Desmond says, oh, nice. And Alita says, just pay off the parents. Desmond just a quick feel, just pay off the parents. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Pay the parents off and pay for the therapy.
With another priest who's a pedo too. Desmond says, wait, where are they tonight for Raw? Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago. Oh wait, this is not, what's his face? This is not Ace Ventura. Chicago. Walter's like, Adam Cole will be let go by NXT. Doesn't he do that?
He says Chicago. And then he goes, you're out of here. Because they all bow. He's like, ha! Get out. And
yeah. Because he's all trying to make him bow. But he doesn't say Chicago. He says Chicago.
They went. He's like, yeah, you're out of here.
Because he said it
Get out.
a whole bunch of different times. They're like, what?
They start spitting at each other's face. It's so gross. My God. It's a beautiful sign of respect. He's like, me. So gross. I guess she's not a virgin. They can tell that. There is a sprinter on the U.S. team that is so stinking pretty. I didn't even know there was pretty sprinters on our team. I watched her last night. I was like, holy crap.
What was she sprinting? What was she running?
I want to say it was the 200, but it could have been a hurdle. But I'm not sure. I think it was just the 200. Because they had 8 heats of 200.
Pickle says, I watch a lot of Wrestle Talk, so
I think her name was
cheesy
Gabby.
Quavar mean at Robbie?
Gabby Thompson? I have to Google it. I could be way off.
Vindicator says T-Pub looks like a fool and he is holding Mace back. Mace and Priest should be feeding over the U.S. Oh, yeah. She's a cutie. A little bit of a cutie. Should be feuding over the U.S. title. It should be. Alita's like, baby will be close to 1. Robbie says, oh, well, I live in a town, not a city. Yeah, well, your town is stupid. Nice.
Yeah, I was right. I remembered her name.
Your town.
I don't remember anybody's name.
If it's a town, that means you guys just have goats and sheep running down the street because that's how you live in there, right? Like, ooh, that's the one I really want. Sophie's like, the WWE will be stupid if they let Adam Cole go and let him appear on AEW TV.
That's assuming the AEW would sign him. He might end up in Impact.
Nobody would want
He can't
Adam
use
Cole.
his name. WWE patented it. Even though he had the name before he got to WWE.
That's why you patent it yourself, so they have no creative hold over your shit. Vindicator's like, well, it's that time again. Be back in 30 minutes. Bye, Vindicator. We'll watch the square person for you. Desmond's like, okay, and Robbie says, Piccolo, cheesy Quavar is slang for raver. With a lot of cheese? They have, like, cheese platters? They just throw cheese at people at these raves? I mean, a raver, I guess, is like a party, right? Like, is it a party? Is that what a raver is? Is a raver a
Somebody
party?
that likes to party.
I mean, I would consider a raver a party, but
Hey,
I mean, it's
when
England.
the
They don't even know how to
TV's
speak English in
When the
England.
radio's on, how do you adjust the TV volume? Why would you watch the TV volume?
Why would you watch the TV when you're listening to the radio?
Because I like to party.
Because I like to party.
Talladega Nights. It's so funny. He's like, because I like to party.
Piccolo says that Nikki A sucks at suicides. I like that's barely 10 feet. At suicides? Oh, is that like a move? Is a move a suicide a move?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Piccolo, what are you talking about? Why is Nikki ASH committing suicide or sucking at it? Rob is like, D, is it exciting where you live? Yeah. Hello. Very exciting. Walter says Ace Ventura, and Sophie says they have wrestlers lose in their hometown a lot.
Yeah, Bailey
I've
lost
noticed.
her championship there in San
Piccolo
Diego.
says cool.
Or San Francisco, whatever it was that she's from.
Piccolo says cool, and Walter says Jim Carrey is funny in movies. Yes. Sophie says D should go to a wrestling event live once, then it will change your outlook on it. Oh, will it? Will it make me
You
really
gotta watch Square
really like
live.
it? Rob is like, D will never say anything nice to me. Why would I?
Oh, here we go. She's going off on Simone Biles.
I stopped listening.
Becky.
Boo! We want Becky! And it's like this Olympic team just sucked.
Yeah, we had a bad team this year.
In gymnastics?
It just all around. It just the selfishness from that and from other sports, and it was very.
I don't know if I've seen any of them like actually be like normals. I'm trying to think of any maybe the beach volleyball girls have been really like
The
good.
swimmers were fantastic.
And the swimmers were, good.
For the most part. There
Yeah.
was a few that were.
That one, she was a big crybaby booby butt too. Ooh, I want to see her have a nervous breakdown. This is going to be great.
11-time women's champion. Look, they're pulling
this is a
away
400
from her.
though. I mean, that's like at least 4 times around, right?
It's one time around.
Oh. Well, she
This is
didn't do very
qualifying.
good.
I think that's qualifying.
That one girl was like out in front the whole time until the very end, and then she died.
You always want to reel it in at the end, as long as you finish in the top 3.
Actually, the top 2 are the only ones that actually qualify in a lot of these runnings.
I've never heard of that.
They automatically qualify. 1 and 2 automatically qualify, and then after that, it's based on your time. And some of them didn't make it. That's what happened to some of the Americans. Some of the American girls. Yeah, I watched
There's
it.
a kendo stick.
I like how she threw it in there like this. Oh, I might get a splinter.
She's not been cashed in on twice. She's been cashed in on 3 times. What's she looking for?
See.
Oh, a broom. That's her ride there.
It's like this. Robbie says, D, it's rhyming slang. Oh, it's not about cheese? Sounds like it's more about cheese. Walter's like, Charlotte Flair queen. Boo. And Sophie says, maybe when you get to year 3, you will get 2,000 subscribers. Wow, that's
cool.
pretty sad. We would hope to get to 2,000 before we hit our 3rd year, but
2,000's a tough one too.
You never know. Alita says Char
I'm still trying to
acts
get
like
1.
she can't walk in the shoes.
Well, they are kind of bigger shoes.
And Piccolo says no basketball suicides. Nikki was backstage running back and forth like a crazy person.
Yeah, suicides is when you run to each line on a basketball court.
Got it.
And you keep going further and further till you get to the other side.
Oh, cool.
They're called suicides because they suck.
Alita says, I hear Leeds sucks. See, there you go. There's one thing about England that we know for sure is a fact. Leeds sucks. Sorry, Robbie. That's probably where you live, too. That's probably the town you live in. That's probably why it sucks, because you live there, huh? Yeah, maybe you should move. Robbie's like, D is such a bully, man. I know. I'm so mean. Piccolo says, look at those 80s shoulder pads. You know, it's a big thing to have those again. It's quite disgusting, actually. Let's see. Robbie says, D square is almost as good as you on the mic. Sure. Lita says, ugly shoulder pads. So it was like Keith Lee did compete against the WWE to patent his own name if he ever leaves the WWE. Oh, she got whacked with a chair. Nikki ASH whacked her in the
she's like
back
cheating.
with a chair.
Only way she could do anything with weapons.
Oh, proved every point, huh?
The cowardly sneak attack.
Well, are we supposed to be getting a storm right now?
Uh-huh.
It's very storm-like outside.
Ugh. If we lose power, sorry, guys.
If we disappear suddenly, it's because a tornado took us away.
It'd be cooler if we flew away, though, and you actually watched it. And then the house started spinning, and there was a witch flying by the window.
Chris is in the chat. Hey, Chris says Char may not be in good mood. Really? Alita's like, yes, I watched it, too. It was hurdles. That girl was fast. Oh, the pretty one? Is that the one she was talking about?
Probably. Yeah, she is very fast.
The hurdles. Sophie says John Cena got cashed in on twice and he didn't complain about it like Charlotte is.
Yeah, Charlotte did it 3 times, though.
Sophie says the whole Wyatt family has gone from the WWE and who would have thought that would happen? Well, they don't know what to do with themselves. Robbie's like, Square looks like she should be in Dallas or Dynasty with that outfit on.
So this windstorm is tracking. It's at the airport, and it's going to last till about 7:30 our time, so 9:30 Eastern.
Uh-huh.
It is traveling 60 miles an hour.
Holy shit. That's insane.
Pocatello, Blackfoot, American Falls, Reservoir, Chubbuck, Firth, Fort Hall, Buffalo Lodge, Rose, Firth, Fort Hall, Eagle Lodge. A lot of Fort Hall stuff. I don't know if there's anything outside that needs to be not outside. Yeah, don't let her answer. It doesn't matter where you're from. Now you're just tearing wrestlers' knees up that have been wrestling for decades.
It was her ankle.
Ankle, sorry. They're going after Tamina next.
It was an accident.
Was it? I mean, she didn't do it on purpose.
I don't think she got paid to do it.
No, that's what. Well, she got paid to wrestle, and she did it. But I think she did it because of the sloppiness.
But why was Natalia's foot there anyways?
Because you have to put your feet on the ground to stand up.
I think it's her own fault. She shouldn't have had her feet right there. Sophie wants to know, how often do you guys take a vacation from your YouTube channel?
We have never done it. We have not missed a Raw, a SmackDown, or a Wednesday night Dynamite since it all started.
Never
2 years
escaped. I've missed some because I've done other things. But Travis has gone live or had other people or something.
Yeah, we basically don't miss. Never missed a Raw, never missed a SmackDown.
So basically we have streamed all the time.
Yep. Every Monday. We have never missed a Monday for
Robin
2 years.
says, Nikki A is such looking trim these days. Pang. Yeah, she's looking pretty good. Alita says she was running Suicides and back. Nice.
Yes.
Sophie says, I wonder if they are going to bring any female legends to participate in the Queen of the Ring tour.
I don't know. I don't know who they would get. Maybe Trish or something.
Right.
Is that what you're thinking? Lita?
Right. Robbie says, Eva looks darker than me with the amount of fake tan she has on. Vindicator's like, back with the idea that Delitha should wear a pink wig for Halloween in honor of the evil illusion or Eva lotion with all that ridiculous body pile she wears. Oh, Sophie says, sometimes we get hit with bad weather, we lose power, but only for a minute or two.
Yeah.
I kind of like pile better, Vindicator. You can fix it if you want to, but body pile sounds way funnier when you say it out loud on the chat. You meant body oil, but body pile is so much more fun.
It's more disturbing sounding. With your body pile in the back.
Your body pile, ridiculous body pile she wears. Ew. You can't change that. I'm sorry, buddy. It's stuck forever. Her body pile. Old evolution in her body pile.
The impact. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees.
It's terrifying.
We have trees.
Robbie's like, LOL, Eva with no makeup on and no tan would be good for Halloween. Piccolo says this chat went dark.
It does. It goes that way a lot, actually. It's terrifying. Definitely watching the 400. Women's 400. Over on NBC television.
Oh, they are doing the top 3 this time. And the 200 that are... The 200 that I was watching with your mom, where that girl I was telling you about, that a thing moo that ran.
A thing moo. Right? A thingy moo. Or
I think you pronounce it a ting. A ting.
A ting moo.
Anyways, maybe it... Do they have one above the 400?
800? Yes. And that's what you're talking about.
Was it the 800?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the one that we watched on Sunday for a minute? Anyways, whatever she ran. Alita Alita's like, how dark? And Walter's like, okay, bye, guys. See you this Wednesday for AEW. Bye, Walter.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Tamina needs to drop these belts ASAP.
To somebody, because their partner's broken.
Either that or pick another partner, because Natalya is hurt. But they don't use women's championships very often anyways on TV, so maybe they won't need to. It's right there. Look at her just drop. There's no way you can't tell me that that's not sloppy wrestling.
Winter's like, you guys be careful. Windy thunderstorms are no joke. Keep all kids, pets, and projectiles secured and bolted down.
Yeah, the pets are inside. I don't think there's anything outside that I have to worry about. The chickens.
The chickens are outside in the wind. You're like, who cares about those bitches?
I'm sure they're in their coop.
Whatever. Really? You think that they're smart enough to get out of the weather?
Yes.
Okay, so it was pouring rain, right?
They like rain.
The rain that we had on Saturday, it was pouring.
Mm-hmm.
And it stopped raining when I came back, with the battery to put in my car. And before you came out, or you went inside to get something, and before you came out.
I just dropped her. I think her boobie fell out.
The chickens were all up there by the back door, and they all looked wet and just like sad looking. It was pretty funny.
Tamina going up top. Eva Marie
Rob
pulling
is
her
like,
job.
has Tamina lost some Terry? Either that or she just has some very tight clothes on that help.
Dewdrop from behind. Oh. I don't know what that was. Let's go, Dewdrop. Eva Marie's starting the chant.
I guess.
1, 2, and Tamina kicks out.
Or she didn't need to. Her feet were right there by the rope. Was it athleticism?
High athleticism.
Was it? Ah, Sophie says, look at all the talent the WWE released this year, and they brought Eva Marie back.
Look at that. Riddle versus Omos later on, which Randy's coming back tonight. So
Is he?
therefore, well, it's a rumor.
Oh.
And so therefore, it's going to start that tag team stuff up. That's probably it, guys. No, Tamina kicks out again. Worst lane to be in is 8. But that girl's way out in front.
Eva's top is very distracting tonight.
Eva's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't see it. I've not seen. But I like to be distracted by tops, so.
Why'd you make it run like a cray-cray? Is that her?
That looks like her. I didn't see how she ran, though. Did she finish
Number
top
6.
3?
I think so.
She's in 3rd right there, so. No, 2nd. No, 3rd.
3rd.
Is it
Gabby
Sarah?
Thomas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. She didn't qualify. See, that's what I was saying. The first 2 automatically qualify. And then anybody after that, if your numbers aren't right, then you don't qualify. If your time, you have to have a certain time for you to get into it.
I feel like she should qualify because she's good looking.
Right. So the lane assignments final is Gabby Thomas is in lane 3. So she did get in.
Okay.
That's
for the finals?
200. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a 200.
That was for the 200. They assigned for the finals for the 200.
Oh, she missed that crossbody.
She missed it. Sorry. I was even watching.
Look at this. Samoan drop. Tamina
Ooh.
somehow gets that up in the air and drops it. And gets the 1, 2, 3.
Ow. She's like, I can do it without anybody. I'm so special. It's very angry outside right now.
Well, that was terrifying sounding. I don't know what all that noise was.
How was that big old branch right there hitting the house?
It's like... Mm-hmm. Need to get a lift and just cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to hit her. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. Robbie wants to know Sophie, what was WWE thinking? And Lita says hopefully it slowed down a bit before we get tornadoes.
Yeah, we don't get those around here usually, so...
We do get tornadoes, though.
I've never seen one.
We do get them.
I know.
Sophie
I've only
says,
lived here my whole life, though, but I've never seen one. You ever seen one?
I have not, but there was one close to my dad's house out there in the Gap area. Like, it was just down the road.
One happened in the mountains. That ripped down some trees. I remember it when I was a kid. Is she coming down?
I have no idea. I don't know what's happening.
I feel like it's really shitty build-up for whatever they're doing with that feud.
Yeah, it's really awkward. And maybe it's awkward because it's Bliss trying with Eva, and Eva's kind of awkward herself anyways a little bit. Sophie says there has been more major names being released this year than last year. Yeah, and Sophie says the releases this year, there were a lot of shocking ones compared to last year's one or two. And Piccolo says that's probably karma with the injuries to Bailey and Natalia, missing some Lana or the Iconics right about now. Right? Alita says, I've missed a few. I joined but didn't get notified most of the time. Aww. Sophie says, do you think the WWE might release Cesaro next? And Vindicator says, Piper Niven looks a little bit like Abaddon, just without all the hideous makeup and bloodshot eye. Too bad AEW released her, though. Abaddon was creepy as fuck. Robbie says, and we have ditched Raw for the Olympics. As Piccolo says, loser. Loser.
I need to watch that. Pet Detective.
Mm-hmm.
And When Nature Calls.
Yep. Vindicator says Mother Nature is the one thing that scares Mother Dalitha. Not really. Nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. Sophie says at least the Olympics is ending soon, so you don't have to watch both shows at the same time. He's got so many voices in his head he can't keep track. Maybe he needs medication.
You would think. Oh, clouds are moving in front of our satellite.
I might not be able to watch.
Or the Olympics. It's all frozen up. They're like, here's some clouds.
Oh. Our signal has been temporarily lost.
Due to storming.
We can watch DVR on demand content. But that's it.
What movie do you guys want to watch?
What movie? Well, the related signal loss. Damn you and your staff weather. Sophie says, Lisa said that. Luna says Slim Shady, and Robbie says please stand up.
Put the middle finger on each hand up. Each hand up. Well, this storm needs to hurry and go away.
So, the last thing we saw was Riddle talking with Damian Priest in the back, and Damian Priest is going to go on Miz TV. So, if you guys out there are watching it, good deal. Let us know what's happening. Sophie's like, I'm confused. I thought we were getting Riddle versus Omos.
We will.
We are. It's happening. But right now, it's probably Damian Priest going on Miz TV. Alita says better than looking at Char's camel toe. What? What?
I didn't know there was anything better than
what? I thought it was the best thing out there. Alita's like the drip. Oh, Johnny Drip Drip, huh? Everybody all up in the
golden camel toe.
The golden camel toe. Ah, she was wearing like a weird black and silver thing. Robbie's like, LL Square is a man. No, that's Einhorn.
Square is a man. Square is a man.
Your gun is sticking into my hip. So gross.
Do you have any more of that gum, Ace? That's none of your business, and I'd expect you to stay out of my business. Whatever you say. Stay out of my personal affairs.
Right? Somebody's like, Cesaro has been rumored for the chopping block for years now. Yeah, he's always right. Vindicator says you guys can take a break and come back when the storm is gone. The chat likely won't mind. Oh, yeah? I was like, D with her filthy mind, as always.
Old filthy.
Filthy. It's in a movie, Ravi. Just because you've never seen it.
You go outside and shoot a hole in the clouds.
Do you think that'll work? One of the dogs in there eating food. Sounds like.
Start.
Here.
Ooh.
We can play some Trivial Pursuit trivia. You guys ready?
They probably are watching the shit at home.
Well,
they actually know what's happening. You guys can comment what's happening.
Yeah, comment what's happening.
Did Sheamus show up on Miz TV?
It might be coming back. The Olympics are back up. The other one might work. Let me see. If I get a trivia question, I'll probably be like, oh, yeah. Let's see.
Is that thunder?
Yes.
Or just wind?
Thunder.
This is like a Garth Brooks song. The thunder rolls.
Thunder rolls.
And the lightning strikes. Another love grows cold. On a sleepless night. As the storm blows on out of control.
These might be too old. They might not be young enough.
The thunder rolls. Every light is burning in the house across town. City looking like a day. The summer day. Raindrops on the windshield. The storm moving in.
What?
He's heading back from somewhere that he never should have been.
Oh my god, stop. Your weird singing.
And the thunder rolls.
Steph says, I wonder how the WWE decides who to release and who to keep on the roster. Money.
Thanks. Give me a soda.
Somebody says the WWE 2K22 video
it's
game will have the shortest roster
It's back. We're back just in
ever
time
with both this year releases and last year's releases. Piccolo says we can name as many people as we can name as many songs by one artist. Miz TV is back.
We're back.
We have a little bit of signal. It's still sketchy, but it might be working.
The 400's running though.
Piccolo says, name an artist or band, Travis. Go.
Corn. Don't ask me why I said corn because I don't know one of their songs.
We can name as many songs by one artist. So he gave you the band. Now you guys gotta name all the songs. Probably like Travis with a better voice than Kenny Rogers. Sophie says, if your YouTube channel gets popular enough, you might get sponsors for it.
Yeah, we got to get to 1,000 first. We still need like 7 or 8 more people. Like, how can we not get 7 people in one show? When it's that close, like people should just show up and just subscribe for fun. Here comes Daniel.
And this is why I still have 2K19 until the servers become extinct like 2K16. Because Sophie said the WWE 2K22 video game will have the shortest roster ever. Oh yeah. Pickle's like Adidas falling away from me. I think you're winning, Piccola. I don't think anybody else knows. I do not know one
I remember
Korn
Adidas.
song.
All day I dream about sex, yes, all day I dream about all day long I dream about fucking.
Sophie's like, 2K19 servers are shutting down soon. Robbie says, freak on a leash, Corn. Luna's like, when? And Alita says, artists that are alive or either.
I should have went like Michael Jackson, and that way I could at least name like 10.
Have to moisten you up. Ew. Have to moisten him up.
You know, they've literally had this feud, these guys, since before WrestleMania.
That's true. They did. Luna's making big eyes. Sophie says, I don't remember when, but probably before 2K22 gets released.
Fact. Ooh, this one's tough. Damien.
Oh, was it him? I thought it was somebody else. Oh, God, are they okay? I think they broke their sternums.
I got something broken.
Luna's like, I think I have my MLP cause. Yeah. And Pico says, exactly, Corn was random.
Don't ask.
He's all fucking singing
Garth
Garth Brooks, and he's like, Corn! You know, he's from probably Nebraska.
Sounds country. Corn makes whiskey. Whiskey makes my girlfriend get real frisky.
His mouth isn't matching the words.
No,
that
not
they're
even
saying.
a little bit.
It's creepy. I don't like it.
Look at the ghost over here on NBC.
The Olympics is haunted. Did they go to that Japanese forest? Is that what happened?
It could be.
I wonder how many more of those they've had this last year.
Probably enough. We should need to get Logan Paul on that. Send him in there.
I want you to get banned again.
Logan, we need you to go back to the forest and give us an update.
It was like, it could have passed for a dick. A dyke? A dick? A DIC? What? Sophie says, Corn is stupid.
You know, I thought so too, but when I was in, I think I was like in sophomore in high school, I was working at a country club, teaching tennis lessons and swimming. And one of the kids that worked there also had this CD, and it was like rap, but heavy metal. And I was like, this is pretty cool. So I liked it for a while, but I think it got kind of... Then there was Limp Bizkit.
Robbie's giving you the thumbs down for Garth Brooks.
Boo to Garth! Because nobody likes Garth. Until you sing Friends in Low Places, then everybody sings along with you. Because I got friends.
No. No. No.
Where the whiskey
No.
is and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay.
Ooh, half is cool. Pretty sure Damian Priest is older than you guys.
No. Maybe than Johnny, but not than Miz. Oh, Johnny's sidekick.
What?
Damien trying to break up the dynamic duo.
Oh. That's just not right. Robbie's like, Travis keeps singing, and Piccolo says, welcome to karaoke hour. No.
Right.
Alita says, Drip has camel toe. I think Alita is obsessed with camel toe tonight.
She's a crotch starer.
She's just like, I'm looking at their crotches.
We're going to go hang out with Alita one day and just like have to wear a cup. I put a pad down there. Alita stares at my crotch a lot. You're about to find out that the wet guy is the best guy.
Oh, he stopped it.
Oh.
Oh, he got kicked for his troubles. Oh.
Oh, shit.
He got smacked in the face for his troubles.
Oh, that was a double ear.
It's very awkward watching it where it's like very choppy. It looks weird.
Yeah, the audio's coming through digitally. But
Yeah,
the,
the audio's
picture,
like great, but the picture's like all stupid.
the picture's like analog.
So if it's like black or white, smooth criminal thriller, Michael Jackson, right? Alita's like, I actually do, no lie, so she is a crotch stirrer. Rob is like, Travis, that sounded wrong.
Right. Yes. No, there's so many Michael Jackson songs. Dirty Diana is one of my favorites.
Right.
Dirty Diana. No. Dirty Diana. No.
So if it's like, Travis does look like a Garth Brooks.
Oh, God. Do I?
No.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't think you do.
I need me a Trisha Yearwood, you know? That's the type I need.
I don't. Well, get rid of me, because I'm not one of them. I don't look like a Trisha Yearwood. Sorry.
No. Just gotta flex the pipes.
Rob was like, do you not a fan of MJ music then? Who said I wasn't a fan of Michael Jackson music?
That was my first tape.
It was my first tape. Can't say I wasn't a fan if it was the first cassette tape.
So
that I
for
bought.
Christmas that year, I got Michael Jackson. This is true, by the way. I got the Michael Jackson Bad. Right? Or was it Beat It? It was Beat It. Yeah, because the Bad one came out later. It was the Beat It Thriller one. I got that one, and I got Fat Boys. The Fat Boys. Do you guys remember the Fat Boys? Anybody? You don't remember the Fat Boys?
I don't.
They even had, like, they made a movie with the Fat Boys. They were just this rap group that was fat. I don't know.
Huh.
They were called the Fat Boys.
Awesome. Alita says, I do, but before that she says, not really, just some other stuff. Sophie says, I only know 1 or 2 Korn songs, and that's it. And Pico says, who's Trisha Yearwood? Garth Brooks' wife?
Yeah.
She's actually a singer, too. She was actually, a backup singer or something?
To him.
To him, and then she became her
Solo.
own solo artist. Alita says, I remember the time. And Picola says, oh, well, only Reba and Dolly. Picola says, yep. And Alita says, Fat Boys.
I loved the Fat Boys when I was a kid. I really did, too. Like I said, I even watched their movie.
That's weird.
They, like, worked in a kitchen or something. I don't even remember their movie, but I remember it when I was a kid. Woo! That girl can flip. There is gymnastics on NBC. Gymnastics warning on NBC. Looks like an American.
It's a trigger. It's a trigger warning. I have a problem. Sophie's like, D sounds like Dolly Parton. Sweet. Alita says, Brooke's wife, I love her cooking show. She does cook, yes. I've seen
She,
some
like
of
Paula
her...
Deen, she probably cooks with 47 sticks of butter.
I've seen some of her recipes. I'm not sure if it's a whole bunch of butter, but maybe. Robbie's like, the Fat Boys, they were a trio. Vinny here says Trisha Yearwood is the woman who invented the yearbook. I'm kidding. But she does produce cookbooks, yes. Alita says, okay, now we all knows Travis's age.
Well, I know, I get it.
I don't think we ever lied about our ages. How old did you guys think we were?
The second I said tape, people are like,
ew, what the fuck?
what's a tape?
What's a tape? Like,
well, it's this
masking
reel-to-reel
tape?
thing that was on the radio.
Duct tape?
I mean, I tell my daughter about CDs, and she thinks they're the weirdest thing ever.
Listen to the commercial, but look at the commercial that's got stuck. She's wondering what was happening to her.
To the
The
cat.
cat's all stuck in her litter robot. She's like, I can't get out. I'm in a litter box of emotion. Piccolo says Biz Marquis passed away. Pretty sad. Do you know that person?
Was that a fat boy?
Biz Marquis. Robbie's like, I had tapes. And Sophie says, I also know some Justin Timberlake songs as well.
I don't know any of those except for I'm bringing sex to mine.
Yeah, I know that
And then
one.
the NSYNC, obviously.
Don't know those.
But I don't know what songs are NSYNCs and which ones are the Backstreet Boys, so sometimes I'll just bust out in either one.
I don't know them either. My brother
I
tries
want
to insist that I do.
You
Because
back.
he's like, you had posters. And I'm like,
You
I
had
didn't,
NSYNC
but
posters?
okay, I didn't.
Weren't you a little old for
I
that?
didn't have them. That was the point.
She's very defensive about it. There's something
Okay,
going on
so
here.
because my brother said I did, his lies of our stories of our childhood.
Yeah, but that's not childhood. That was like...
exactly.
NSYNC didn't even come out until after high school.
Yeah. Or Backstreet Boys or
Are you
whatever
talking
it was.
about New Kids on the Block?
Maybe. It might have been those or something.
You probably had New Kids.
See, I don't even know. I'm like, I have no idea who they are. I'm like, I didn't really
Did you have
listen to-
Menudo?
What?
They were...
Isn't that like cow guts? Soup?
It was a group in like 85 or something. Menudo. It had, I think Ricky Martin was in it. But I could be wrong.
We have no idea what's going on, by the way. We can just hear commentary. We have our pictures stuck on a litter robot with a cat in
There's a
it.
cat taking a shit on our TV.
The cat's just like, what the fuck is happening to me?
Like, I feel like that should disappear.
Right?
Now it can't be still there. Okay. I was like, it can't be still frozen now. Because I turned it off. All right, we are back.
Oh, like it's
Johnny-
actually not a cat in a litter box.
Johnny Drip Drip, taking it right to the beast from the east. Bam Bam Bigelow. That's what he reminds me of.
Lita's like, oh, baby, you got what I need. Vindicator's like, Travis probably still owns a record player with a flower blossom tube as the speaker. LOL, I'm teasing.
Right?
Sophie
got
says,
two of them.
I like the Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney songs that they did and
Oh.
Scream with his sister. And, of course, We Are the World.
We are the world.
Sophie's like,
We
Fat
are
Boys
the
had a
children.
movie. And Robbie says, Biz Markie had that tune, Just a Friend.
Ebony and Ivory. That's the Paul McCartney and
Oh, God.
Michael Jackson song. That was a fantastic song.
Picola says, we may have had this conversation before. Do you remember Columbia House 12 CDs for 99 cents? Yes.
There was another one too, like DMX or something.
Yeah, there was another one that did it.
BMC.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
BMC and Columbia House. And you could do both of them. And then you had to like buy one CD every like so many months. And you had to pay full price. It was like $24 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, then you'd get 3 CDs for $10 or whatever. And then the internet was invented. Screwed everything up because then you could just download everything. Like Napster.
Mm-hmm.
Although I never used Napster. I used one called Kazaa.
Oh.
2 and...
Oh, we almost had him.
Did you guys ever use the Kazaa? Did you ever use Kazaa?
Mm-mm.
So it was an opened system. So it's so funny because you would never even think about doing it nowadays. But you would turn your computer on, you would log in, and anything on your download hard drive,
Which is download.
the whole world could see.
Oh, I see.
And so then they would get on and they would type in like, Michael Jackson's bad. And then it would show every single person on their freaking server, their hard drive that had that song.
Oh.
And you could download the best quality one. And it had like Seeds. What was the other thing? Damien with the win there. What was
Over
it called?
John
Seeds.
Morrison.
You've done illegal stuff before.
Oh, yeah.
Seeds and leeches.
Oh,
Seeds
yeah.
and leeches. And you'd look for the highest numbers of those and then... But you could get anything, and I mean anything off there from me.
I use
illegal.
Torrent mostly.
It's the same, yeah. That's what this was before, like Pirate Bay and all those. It was just called Kazaa. It might even still be around for all.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
never used that one. I used after that.
Who's this? Ricochet?
Oh, there's your Ricochet.
He's out of
He's
catering.
not in catering tonight. He is out and about. He is out there. He is out. Kicking the pants off of people.
So
Damian
now the
Priest
question
is
is:
just beating the crap out of Morrison for no
is
reason.
Morrison and Sheamus gonna team up?
Oh no.
Are we gonna have a tag team match coming up next?
Maybe. Ooh, it's far from over, bitches. Far
But
from over.
there is gymnastics over on NBC. And I don't know what country this is. It looks like Italy. She is flipping all over the place, though. It's fantastic.
I don't know.
She's all sorts of happy. No, I'm pretty sure I couldn't do one of those moves.
I think you could do the weird
Like
arm
that, maybe.
movements.
I don't think it would be very feminine looking like that. Like that would see, like, you know how she puts her hands up and behind her a little bit? Pretty sure that would tear my pectoral muscle off my shoulder. So there's pretty much no move that I could do. I mean, we could try it. It'd be kind of fun. Like that.
Want me to take camera pictures of it?
Pretty
Video?
sure that my neck would be strained there.
Want to do some TikTok videos on wrestling TikTok? Robbie's like, Dia, Backstreet Boys fan. That's funny. I wasn't, though. That's the funny part about it. So it's like, I saw the Fat Boys movie. It is funny. And Vindicator says, feline poop is more entertaining than Priest versus Morrison. And Piccoli's like, Johnny Drip Drip was doing parkour.
Woo!
Robbie says, that's Stevie and Paul McCartney. Michael Jackson wasn't in that. Sophie
You're
says,
right.
I
That is
thought
Stevie
Travis
Wonder.
was in his 30s and Dee was 35,
Yeah, we're 107.
at least. Robbie says, I remember Kazar. I had LimeWire, too.
I didn't have that one.
Sophie says, I like both Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Cool. Piccolo says, showing my age, I had bought Naughty by Nature and the Above the Rim soundtrack and had 10 other CDs.
Dude, that Naughty by Nature was off the chain. I had a Tribe Called Quest. Who was the other one that was right around that time? DJ Easy Rock and Rob Bass. I can't remember what else was right there at that time. It's like 91, 92 time. The Fugees came pretty close after, like 93-ish. Bone Thugs and Harmony. I was with this little Asian girl. Her name was Knit. Do you remember Knit?
Mm-mm.
And
She's Italy.
I got in the car with her. I got in the back because she had her friend with her. We're going to the store. And I would literally jump in anybody's car to go to lunch. Like, I could have been kidnapped or anything. But I figured I was pretty safe because she was a tiny little Asian girl. Get in the back of her car, and she had a system. And it just started like... I can't remember how the song started. About thugs or whatever, but it's the first... It was their first CD. And it was just like... What is this? Who is this? I just remember the whole time I was like, who is this? And then she'd tell me, and then I'd be like, who is this? Because I had no idea. I'd never heard of Bone Thugs and Harmony. It was way before they were famous.
That's funny. They do. They are now having a Damian Priest Ricochet
There it
versus
is!
Sheamus
Tag
and
team
John
match.
Morrison tag match right now. Let's see. Alita says, oh yeah, it was Livewire. Ravi says Sheamus getting redemption. Piccolo says, let's go. Alita says, floor exercise. Vindicator says, what do they serve in catering? Any specialty dishes that Queen Talitha would make? Who knows?
Chocolate cake.
Sophie says, I don't remember the Columbia House thing. Oh. Alita says,
It was in every
Livewire
magazine. It
and
was in the
LimeWire,
back.
I meant.
It was in the back of magazines. It was, you would get them in the mail, and you'd just pick, like, 12 CDs, and you paid 1 cent.
Yeah, and then they'd send you a catalog, like, every month.
Right, and all you had to do is put the code in for the CD that you wanted, so you'd look through all this music, and then you'd write it on the little order sheet, and you'd send it in with a stamp, and then you would get all these CDs, and they come in these cardboard boxes, and if you opened them, you had to keep it. So I always would open it with this putty knife and steam, and then I would look at it, and I'd be like, nah, I don't want that, and then I'd close it, because it was like a secret one
Yeah.
that they would send you. That was fun back
Like
in those days.
a CD of the month or some crap. And if you kept it, you paid for it.
Yeah, it was like $13 to $20. Ridiculous.
Right.
But if you did, then you got 3 more CDs for like $3 or $4. Like, so it was okay to spend that 20-something dollars. I'm pretty sure I got over 300 or 400 CDs from Columbia House and BMG in my time. All you had to do is have like a part-time job and you could fill it. I used my CDs for a loan that I got from a bank as collateral. That's how many CDs I had.
Yeah. That's funny.
You know what's funnier is I never kept my CDs in their cases, and I had all my cases in boxes, and I threw those away maybe 8 years ago. The boxes of the actual, the glass cases, whatever.
Yeah, the plastic jewel cases.
I put all my CDs on a rope, tied a knot in it, and then I'd hang it up on those hooks that people hook their plants to. So yeah, needless to say, I never listen to my CDs anymore.
That's true.
I would just put them in my tray on my computer, one after another, and it would just burn each one. And then I just had them all on my hard drive for years. That's what I did with my old computer. But anyways, now they're in the front room next to the furnace, just sitting in that basket.
Yes, they are.
I should probably just toss them out. Master P, favorite rapper. Him and Tupac.
Either that or do it again. Like, put them on a computer and then put them on a flash drive or a SD card or something, and then you'd have a whole bunch of your songs.
I should probably get one of those things that fixes them, because I'm pretty sure they're scratched.
Oh, she messed up.
Oh, did she step out?
Yeah, she stepped out of bounds.
Poor girl.
Yeah, when she landed.
Damien spin kicked, almost knocked Sheamus clean out of the ring. But that time, that lariat took him right over. Ricochet going up top. Moonsault right down into Sheamus' face.
Ouch. Robbie says, D, I'm guessing you had an 8-track. My parents did.
I remember
Like, we had an 8-track stereo system that had a record player on it. And my parents' car, their 280Z they had that was a 74.
Damian Priest.
Or 75. It's a 75 280Z, has an 8-track player in it. No shit. Still does, too, to this day.
So, what's funny about that is, my grandpa had a really nice stereo system, but it didn't have a tape player.
Yeah, it didn't. It had an 8-track and a record player.
And it was off to the side, but he had an 8-track that had a tape hole in it, and you could put the 8-track in there, and then it had a cord that came
right?
out.
Kind of like how you made your tape player in your vehicle a CD player. Oh man, the things we did.
People don't even know what they're like. like McKenna, I'd talk about CDs, and she's just like, why would you just plug your phone in it? I'm like, nobody likes you, McKenna.
Oh, Lita says it takes two. Piccolo says crisscross. Sophie says I was born in 85. So as when I got older, I missed those tape things. Alita says from Cleveland. Ravi says I remember Tribe, Can I Kick It, and DJ Easy Rock and Rob Bass. It takes two.
It takes two to make things right.
Piccolo says, uh-oh, Mr. Ouija, are you with me?
Dear Mr. Ouija, I want to know my future.
Alita says Tribe called Quest. Piccolo says, okay, I bet everyone knows. Now that's what I called music. Piccolo says there's, 80 editions? I don't know. Robbie says, yep, now CDs or tapes were defo a thing back in the day. Robbie's like, D, loving it that she's still repping the 8-track. I'm not. I just said I grew up with seeing them. Lita says they're obviously to our plight. They're oblivious to our plight. The thing of it is that I actually like our generation because we grew up with seeing everything become what it's become.
You start with an 8-track, move to a cassette tape, to a CD, to a digital thing, and in this time, there's no such thing as the internet. Then there's the internet, but it's weird. It's on television, and it's like this thing where you had to have like a weird rotary phone to hook it up to a one that you plugged a phone line into, to one that you hooked a cable line into, to what it is today, where it's all wireless and the internet's with us everywhere. Like, we grew up, like, that's us. Like, that's our generation.
Yep. Bobby Lashley responds to Goldberg. Up next. Anyways, the Lion King Simba's in the chat. Hey, Lion King Simba says, I just subscribed. Well, thank you for that. We really appreciate that, of course. Shout out to you for your subscription. Robbie says, yeah, man, see the transitions. Sophie says the Queen of the Ring tournament won't involve NXT. Interesting. Piccolo says, yeah, iPods are still new to me, but ancient to my cousins. Right?
Yeah, never
like, you
had
feel
one of
so
those.
Weird because you're like, ooh, an MP3 player. Ew, you could put digital music on it, and you could burn your CDs to your computer and then download it to your MP3 player and then take your MP3 player with you everywhere.
And then you can start just download, like, there was this, like, thing, it was weird, but it's the same thing. You would take your music, turn it to MP3 format, but yet still put it on a disc. And you could put, like, 1,000 songs on one disc.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
play it
that.
on your... But nobody ever did that stuff.
No.
But you had to have a special deck. My Alpine did it, but I didn't have a computer at the time, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, Alpines were one of the ones that were ahead of their time when it came to some of that stuff.
You know what's weird is Alpine isn't like the top brand anymore.
Nope.
With their lower stuff. They still have their top stuff, but they came out with like a lower level entry stuff, and they never did that before. But I guess if you got to compete, you got to compete.
Well, yeah, because you're competing with like
Jensen's
Panasonic.
Well, Panasonic's a top brand.
Yeah, I guess it is, but it seems like they're not as expensive as some of the other ones.
Sony has like low and high.
Yeah, that's true. Panasonic's kind of the same
Pioneer.
way, I guess. Pioneer, low and high. Panasonic's low and high. For if we're talking just systems and cars.
Kenwood, low and high.
Do they even still make Kenwoods?
They do.
Wow. That is insane. There's a name you don't hear. Remember when they actually had Kenwood stereos in your home? Do they even make them for your house anymore, or are they just for your cars? That's cray-cray. Let's see. Sophie says the Goldbergs did an episode of the Columbia House thing.
The thing to have was the Alpine deck, the Fosgate amplifiers with the, the punch subwoofers, or the Alpine subwoofers, and it was like, whatever one you decided to do. And then there was Kicker. Kicker had really good ones, and then what was the other amplifiers? The Carvin. The Carvin amplifiers were a top brand, which they still are, but they're more house stuff now than they were.
Yeah. Lita says, yes, I did that. Putting music from CDs to computer onto MP3s. Randy Pella is back in the chat saying Dewdrop is getting more beautiful every week and should be a supermodel. Awesome, man. Pico's like, Kenwood, OMG. Robbie's like, Kenwood makes food mixers as well. Maybe in England, but not here. Lita's like, Bose speakers.
Bose. Yeah, those were house, yeah. They're fantastic, though.
Sophie said, imagine if wrestling took a week off. I bet you would go crazy since it would affect your YouTube channel. Sophie, it actually kind of wouldn't make us go crazy. Like, it was weird when, it was really weird when AEW was on Fridays and we had Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays off. It felt like it was forever. So it was kind of like weird when we had to come back on.
I didn't like it, by the way.
And it was long, so it was...
Fridays were 4 hours. It was just too long for wrestling without it being a pay-per-view. I can handle a 4-hour pay-per-view because there's no commercials. Mm-hmm. Riddle. Almost. What that was the stuff that they started coming out with, like Blah Punk or something like that? Blah Plunk?
Something like that.
That was a pretty good one. It was like purple. They had pretty good mid-range speakers.
Mm-hmm. Bro!
Did that firework go down in that right-hand corner?
I don't think so, but maybe watch.
What? They don't show it.
Oh.
Watch, right over here. See it?
Hmm.
It went straight down.
I didn't.
Okay, watch the right ring post. So that side of him, his left side. Now watch. See it?
Oh, yeah, I guess
It shot straight down into the crowd almost.
Weird. CBP's in the chat. Hey, CBP. Hey, yo. It's joke time. Sweet. Let's see. Pico says I had me some kickers, 2 10s, and a S10 pickup.
There you go. With the extended cab.
Randy says Dewdrop is the hottest woman in wrestling. Randy says Matt Riddle looks homeless. Ravi's message retracted. Alita says I hang out a couple of times and fell out later. Piccolo says I wonder if MVP will sell the spear like Kevin Owens selling that throat spike. Possibly. Ravi says, D, you loved it. 4 hours of wrestling to watch. Totally didn't. Like, I probably would have found every excuse in the world not to if I could have. Vindicator says, a lady left Riddle hanging on that fist bump. She's afraid of his cooties. Randy says, I would love to have a full 3 hours of Raw just for Dewdrop.
What medal did she win?
Gold medalist, women's floor exercise.
She won the gold, huh?
Jade Carey, yeah.
Good for her. Merca!
Well, looks like we've got our Riddle Omos. Whatever. Omos. O and then Moss. Omos. Let's see. Sophie says, I wonder how many people that are there tonight will be there for both AEW Rampage second show. And their all-out pay-per-view is almost a month.
All of them.
Vindicator says Omaha music is lame and underwhelming. Definitely doesn't get you up just wanting to jump around, do flips.
What's Omaha music? Oh, his music?
Omos.
Omos? Is it Omaha?
He calls him Omaha. Randy says Dewdrop, Nia Jax, and Ronda Rousey.
Oh, Riddle from behind!
Top 3 beautiful women. Nice, man. I was like, LOD saying man's name. But, everybody tells me it's said different, and so how would I know? He's not my name. It's not like anybody can say my name, right? CBP says my joke is WWE's roster. Burn. I think our storm went away.
It was supposed to end at 30, so.
It's very calm outside right now. Mm-hmm. So it was very, very pins and needles there for a moment. But the tree is like calm and not moving, so I'm pretty sure the wind stopped. So we survived the hurricane-forced winds that we have received today. 60-mile-an-hour winds are pretty fast.
That means I have to go rake. Every time the wind blows, I have to get a rake out. Omos just threw him over the top rope by his throat.
Yeah. Jeez, Omos. Randy's like, on Red Dead Redemption 2, I called my horse Tessa Blanchard. That's an interesting...
Speaking of Tessa Blanchard, whatever happened to that stallion?
Maybe she passed away. Rob is like, D, I thought your name was a nickname when I first subbed to your channel. No, that's my fucking name. My parents hated me. Just kidding.
They're like, we have an idea.
We're going to name you this really name that nobody can pronounce or spell for the rest of your entire life. Don't worry, people will make fun of it too until you die. Even people who are older than you will make fun of it because they're stupid. I had that happen, by the way. When I went out there and saw my cousins with my brother, there was some drunk guy at that came up to the table that like knew my brother or something. He's an older guy, and I mean older as in like in his 60s or so.
I got it, yeah.
And so, and they were like, and this is blah 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 Dalitha. And he's like, what? Deleted? And I'm just like, oh, fuck hell. I'm like, seriously? I have to deal with this shit and you're how old? Like, grow up.
Let people have fun at your expense.
I did. And I teased him back, like, meanly, like I do with Ravi. And, of course, I became his favorite person.
Moss might come down. He's chopping down this tree. Into the ropes. Across. Double knee.
Randy's like, she went back to the wild. Tessa
Oh,
Blanchard
shit.
went back to the Wild. That's funny. That's where Tessa is right now,
Omos
the
just
Wild.
literally crushed his head.
So Riddle has no brain? Oh,
Well,
wait,
he
that's
never
normal.
did anyway.
Sophie says, we know Tessa is going somewhere since every wrestling promotion out there except Impact wants her. Let's see. Piccolo says Riddle was thrown into another area code, right? Robbie's like, deleted. What a name, right? Randy's like, Omos, next king of the ring. Oh, poor Riddle. He just died. He literally just died.
I would have never guessed that was going to happen.
Okay, so now his name is Omos.
Yeah, we know what his name is.
Oh my god. Say it one way, people.
It's Omos.
Omos.
Oh my moss.
Omos. Giant.
Omos, my god.
Oh, Lita's like, poor Riddle. Exactly, right? And Robbie's like, man seeing stars. I don't think he sees anything.
So is Vince in charge? Like, what the fuck was it?
What was that even for?
Why would you want one of your top guys to get just dominated unless you're going to push Omos?
I guess. Sophie
Did
says
somebody
some
fall?
content creators covered both SmackDown and AEW Dynamite. Yeah, probably. He trip? He just fall?
I think
He had a cramp? Did he die?
I think everybody died.
Did they pass the thing and then
Look
die?
at this guy. This is the 400. He just passed everybody. He was dead last.
The green guy?
No, the guy in the blue that almost finished first.
Oh, wow.
He passed every single person. He was like, oh, I guess I'm faster than I thought I was. Except for this guy. He got second. But... Oh, shit, from behind.
Oh, jeez.
Is that Samoa Joe? Oh, wait.
It's Dewdrop.
Dewdrop.
Oh, shit.
Bliss getting attacked in the back. Oh, no. Oh, no. Stop, 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 stop.
Is that?
They should rip the doll's head off or cut its head off to make it funner.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I was playing with some friends. Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Are you gonna have nightmares?
No. This is dumb as fuck.
You're totally gonna have nightmares.
I had a nightmare last night about drinking water. And then I realized when I woke up at
You were
4
thirsty?
o'clock, I was dying of thirst.
That's pretty
There's
funny,
Carrion.
actually.
Now, he's supposed to have his wife with him at some point on the main roster.
Oh, Scarlett's supposed to come up with him?
Girlfriend, whatever she is. But yeah.
Oh.
She's not here. He needs to just leave his title on NXT.
Well, yeah. I mean, why hasn't he yet if he's up here doing stuff? It's just weird they have him over here doing stuff, and that's just weird to me. I don't get it. Let's see. Sophie says some content creators cover both SmackDown and AEW Dynamite when they were on the same night. Randy says AJ Styles looks like Tom Cruise. Interesting. Vindicator says random. Travis, do you get along with the ex-boyfriend that came just before you, or you guys don't know each other?
I have no idea who it is. She hides her past.
What the fuck? What kind of a random question is that? And
He lives in a different city. I've never met him. I don't even know his name.
like, what? It doesn't make any difference. Like, why would it even make a difference? Oh, that's weird. Sophie's like, Omos is the black version of Braun. Randy says Dewdrop is on. Oh, yeah. Robbie's like, Bliss just got smashed. Vindicator's like, Samoa Dewdrop LOL actually sounds menacing.
Samoa Dewdrop.
Alita says that would have been great. Robbie's like, it's funny the way Bliss is on the floor selling being hurt, which she could possibly be hurt if Dewdrop is as violent as she seems to be. Randy's like, that doll looks like Asuka. Vindicator says, not the same vibe without Scarlett. Sophie says, people are giving Simone the Olympian a hard time because of her backing out, as they should.
Right. It's well deserved.
I feel it's well
like
deserved.
she needs as much criticism as possible.
Yep.
She quit on her country and her team.
Yep.
And how many people could have had that spot that is at home if she would have just stayed home?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Randy's like, then Karrion Kross is teaming up with Dewdrop. Oh, yeah. Alita says that was very random. Rob is like, D, save your life stories for Jerry Springer. I guess. I really don't have that many life stories. Travis has way more life stories than I do, guys. Pickle says, so how about that? Another rematch. Yes, it's happening. Vinegar's like, sorry, Julie, it was a random question that Lily hypnotized me into asking.
She can do that.
I guess.
Bliss does that.
I'm just like, what? Like, what? I guess the answer to that would be they don't know each other because I wasn't with the guy when Travis and I started dating. So, Randy says Dewdrop is the perfect shape, and Pickle says blame the doll, Vin. Blame the doll.
I want to blame everything outside of my own control. So makes me feel more comfortable.
That sounds good. Sounds like what normal people do. Sophie says Tessa's husband was looked at by both the WWE and AEW at one point this year, then talks died down out of nowhere. Who knows? I haven't heard anything about her for a while, so...
Are we talking about
Tessa Blanchard?
Tessa? Don't call it a comeback. So do the bass go boom, explosions. Get stars too.
Get...
Let's go all out.
Oh.
Get everything.
You're so strange.
Don't judge me.
I don't understand this whole...
400?
No. No, I'm not watching that. These vehicles nowadays, they're like, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a transmission where all you do is you just turn a thing and it goes to it. It's not as fun. Who wants that? I want levers and buttons, not a stupid knobby thing that if somebody hit it the wrong way, it'd go out of fucking gear.
It probably has safety where it won't.
What the fuck ever. That shit don't. No, they don't. There's no way.
Like, I bet you can't go into reverse when you're going forward on it. It would be impossible.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe it. Vindicator says it's always the doll's fault. Dolls are freaky and untrustworthy. Randy says Dollar Bill Goldberg. Brandon is in the chat. Hey, Brandon. Says hello, everybody. Robbie says tumbleweed moment. Sophie says, where's Randy and AJ Styles to build this weird feud? Is he the one that fell down?
Oh, did somebody fall? I didn't see.
I don't know. I thought somebody fell down and had a problem, but maybe not.
Could be cramps. And, oh. What am I looking at?
You're looking at Megan Thee Stallion and Bianca Belair before Megan Thee Stallion slayed Lollapalooza.
Oh.
Whatever that means.
Lollapalooza?
Lala is stupid.
Lollapalooza?
Yeah, exactly.
By the time that they into that South Park, they're like la 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 la.
I know, right? Vindicator's like, hi, Brandon. Are you new here? Just like me? Oh, yeah, totally. Pickle's like, do you think CM Punk will come back as a heel or a face? I don't know if he'll come back. All.
We'll see.
And if he does, it's not going to be a WWE, so it doesn't matter.
We never know.
Brandy's like, Tessa Blanchard, or I call her the horse, will probably be in AEW. Brandon says, Vin, I've been here since day one. And Vin says, oh, that's cool, Brandon. And Randy says AJ Styles is Tom Cruise. That's weird. Mission Impossible.
The same guy?
That's so weird. Why would Tom Cruise want to be somebody else?
Is this Lee again? They're recycling this?
Oh, totally.
So is Lee going to lose 3 weeks in a row? Or is the NXT champion going to lose?
Or
Can
maybe
they
he'll lose
really
this time.
do this to Keith Lee?
Sophie says, you hear a lot of "we want Wyatt" or "we want Punk" chants tonight. Ravi says, what songs does Megan Stallion sing? I don't know, Ravi. You'll have to look those up yourself.
I would have to go out on a limb and say I've never heard of her. Megan
Is she
Stallion?
the one that does that WAP song?
Like, about Italians? Is that what you're saying?
You're so racist.
It could be racist against Italians. They're white people.
No, it's really bad.
To say
You've
what?
never heard that song?
Obviously not. I have no
Oh, God. We'll have to listen to it after we're done on the show.
idea. WAP.
I'm not sure if she sings it, though. I have no idea. Like I said, I don't know songs that she sings. Ryan says, Keith Lee is sadly a jobber at this point. Rafi says, Lee is a jobber now, trust me, fam. Wow, both of them.
So is Lee going to lose?
All
2
the
weeks in a
people
row?
from the UK are like, he's a jobber. He's a fucking jobber.
Well, I think
The
they're...
Scotsman and the Englishman.
I think they're saying the sky is falling. They're panicking. I just don't see him losing 2 weeks in a row, but I don't see the NXT champion losing.
Pico is like, weird-ass penguins. WAP. Yeah, weird-ass penguins. Or Italians.
My bad.
Robbie's like,
I didn't mean to offend everybody in
trust you
here.
to know some bad music. I don't know it. How would I know it? God, I wouldn't even want to think what you listen to. Ugh.
I listen to it all, except for anything modern.
So he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if Keith Lee will be the next to be released.
I honestly think people just go, you had to have heard it. It's on the radio. I haven't heard the radio since like 2003. So if it's on the radio, I don't know it. So
Okay, well, it's
somebody,
not on the radio.
unless my daughter goes, hey, listen to this,
And I can't believe she hasn't.
I haven't heard it.
Randy says, Keith Lee is a wasted talent in WWE right now. You know what, Randy? You're right. But it goes with every wrestler in WWE right now.
I was
They're all
going to say
wasted
that
talent.
sounds like the common
Thread
in
of
WWE.
every single WWE
Every
wrestler.
single wrestler isn't getting used correctly.
They're
Look at that. He
wasted
just
talent.
spills out to the floor, but he holds on.
They're wasted, and they just get rid of them. Wasted, get rid of them. Wasted,
They
get rid-
basically have two guys, and that's it. Everybody else is... That's it. Honestly, guys. You got Bobby Lashley. Everybody else is trash on Raw. And then you've got Roman, and everybody else is trash on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Even the women.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sophie
There's no
says-
dominant champion on Raw women.
Not really.
Right?
I mean,
And then you go
Nikki's
over-
not really that dominant.
And you go over to SmackDown, and Bianca has had no competition since WrestleMania, and now she does. And we'll see if Sasha wins the title back from her.
Right. Sophie says, with Bray Wyatt being released, everybody on the roster is afraid that they could be next at any time. You know, he negotiated his release, so we don't know what's really happening. He could have wanted his release, for all we know. You know, things like that
Is he gonna do- no
happen.
way.
Oh, God.
Oh, thank goodness he's not dead.
Right?
I thought his head was going to crush in the corner.
Robbie says, I should know by now not to listen to recommendations from D. I didn't recommend anything, you wacko. What are you, like, hearing voices in your head?
The greatest WAP song of all time.
Frank Sinatra.
New York, New York.
That's the one!
And banned. I just banned ourselves.
No. Pickles, like, come on now. Reginald is living his best WWE life.
She is going to compete tomorrow night in the bounce meme.
I hope she falls on her face. Loser. 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 Oh, let's see. Sophie says we know Tessa is going to go wherever her husband goes. And Randy says Wyatt was former Universal and WWE champion just to lose to Oldberg.
Yeah, he's the top guy. And he's the top guy anywhere he goes.
Mm-hmm.
His family tradition is too big and too strong to not be a star. And he can talk. His dad and his uncle weren't very good on the mic, where he has that ability. Like his brother. His brother's phenomenal on the microphone.
Yeah. Bo Dallas.
Yeah. So obviously Mike Rotunda taught those boys what they needed to know.
Right.
I'm not saying he taught them how to talk on the mic, because he was horrible, but he gave them what they needed. He said, hey, you have to be good at this. They went and did it. But if he went by Wyndham Rotunda, he's the champion fast over on AEW, if they decide to go that route.
Right.
Because that's a legacy that they can just push immediately because of what they do. If you just look at what AEW does, they say, oh, Iron Anderson, right? They look at these old guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Barry Windham's those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're all friends. And then Blackjack Mulligan is the generation before that. That's Dusty Rhodes' guys.
Right.
Like, it does make you wonder how Bray treated Cody and Dustin. If he treated them good when he was in wrestling. Because he's quite a bit younger than them.
Oh, yeah.
But if he treated them well, then they're going to treat him well.
Right. Rob is like, wow, that's some lofty. Yeah. You like it, don't ya? Vindicator's like, Sophie, how much does the rumor mill supervisor pay you? I want one of that salary, too. Sophie says, I just read or watch wrestling news sources like JD from New York. Vindicator says, oh, okay, your consistency with it's pretty amazing. Randy says, I like Wyatt and Bo Dallas, but WWE just pissed on them.
I didn't feel like Wyatt got pissed on. I kind of was upset every time they'd push him. I feel like they used him incorrectly.
Okay, so I like when they used him, but not in the sense of using him for championships.
Right.
Like, using him is different than pushing him towards championships. When they used him and let him do his own creative and had feuds with people, that was great. But when they started pushing him towards championships, that's when it just got stupid, because they never wanted to see him as a champion because they didn't want him to lose.
It ruined Seth Rollins' career.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully he can get it back.
Right.
But, I mean, seriously, when they pushed him, they were pushing Seth hard at that time. And they finally had him drop the title on Halloween or whatever that year.
Right.
It was just sad.
Mm-hmm.
And it was done. Like, he hasn't done anything since. He's kind of been almost a jobber since.
True. Let's see. Picola says JD from New York is not really a favorite in my opinion. Sophie says JD from New York is okay. He complains a lot and he praises AEW like they are God. Oh, that's weird.
AEW is our God. AEW is our king.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
AEW is God.
Rob is like,
JD
JD from Midnight, he is a joker when he gets angry when talking about WWE. Pickle says the guys from Wrestle Talk and Fightful and Steven Larson are my favorite subscriptions that I follow.
Yeah, they're pretty good guys.
And
I don't listen to their stuff because it's so long.
Yeah.
Like, I like my news to be like
short
under 2 minutes, and then I still speed it up. Like, whenever I'm listening to it, I always go to the speed and then put it on 2.
Oh, he does.
Because all I want to hear is what happened.
Right. Randy says Wyatt should have been the Undertaker of this generation.
Yes.
Exactly.
And he had that opportunity, and they should have had him beat the Undertaker, and then just take that over.
Mm-hmm.
And
not
let it
be
roll.
the Undertaker, but be used like the Undertaker. Sophie says if Cross loses again, people who complained the first time he lost will complain.
He's got to lose, though, because if Keith Lee loses again, that's just trash. Keith Lee's too good to be losing week after week after week.
And
He's like
weird that he would lose.
Baron Corbin style. I feel like if you keep wrestling the same guy over and over, you've got to get one victory.
Right. Well, this is his second time wrestling him here.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but third time total. And that's how Karrion won the
third
title.
time wrestling since he's been back, yes.
Not back, just period. Third time wrestling.
Vinny here says, I complain a lot just because I like to complain. And complaining is the
Did it rain?
Antithesis of an Irishman named Luke Skywalker.
I think it rained in Tokyo.
I think it is raining in Tokyo. It's raining in Tokyo.
This is so fun. You get to put the little spikes in your shoes. That was my favorite part of track and field when it would rain and you got to use the actual spikes.
It's pouring rain over in the Olympics. This is live, right? Like, this is actually, like...
Maybe. I don't see a live in the
I don't see a live either, but...
What time is it?
8:30, basically.
So, it's 11:22 in the afternoon there. She's getting wet. She's like, I'm not impressed with this at all.
She's like, this is stupid.
All right, look at that. Pop-up power bomb. That's it. This is his finisher.
Oh.
Over. Count to 100. 2 and 3. Karrion Kross just lost to the big man. I could not see him losing that. I was trying. I was like, maybe somebody will interfere.
Oh, they're going to go?
They have to. So I said they put...
Is this the actual race?
Yes, it's a real race.
This is the final?
I can't tell you that one. It's the 200, right? Or is it the 4?
I think it's the 4.
Oh, it's a 4. Because the finish line's right here. So 400 in the torrential downpour, in the typhoon. Does it say finals anywhere there?
I don't know, but what happened?
I don't
Did
know.
she slip? Why is she not going?
Don't tell me somebody... Did she false start?
I don't know, maybe.
If you false start, you're done. You get disqualified. That happened to a guy from Great Britain in the 100. He false started and had to leave.
Watch.
She did. She's done.
Oh, that poor girl.
All you work for, it's gone. It's over.
Oh, that's so detrimental. I thought that she was done. Or do they have to restart again?
Well, they all will, yeah.
But if anybody else does it, then she's done for.
Right. Did she not get disqualified?
No.
In the 100, they disqualified him last night. The guy from Great Britain.
Was it the final?
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Is this
I
not
wonder
the
if these
final?
aren't the final. I don't know. Sorry, we're not listening to Rhea talk. I don't like her talking. She's stupid.
She's talking about SummerSlam and walking out Raw Women's Champion again. She wants to be a two-time champion.
Okay, this time she didn't fuck up. This is the 400-meter hurdles semifinal 1.
In the oh, it's Reginald.
It's Reginald jumping around with his weird gingham suit
style.
that he has on.
I like that suit.
Gingham. It's a gingham print suit.
Gangnam Style. You can always tell who's in the lead in the hurdles because they're the one that jumps first.
Whee!
This girl's way
jump.
ahead.
She's like, I run in the rain all the time.
I feel like some of the girls aren't even running.
Right? She gonna win?
Reggie!
She gonna make the semifinals?
Yeah, she's way in.
She's the American, by the way. But that's crazy.
Let it rain.
To rain in the
That's how I play
run
basketball.
in the rain. Let it rain.
Let it rain.
Ah!
Rain dance.
Too funny.
Look at John Cena at a 15-city tour.
Let's see. Robbie says Lee may as well book his place at Ty's Catering from now on. Nope, he won. Randy says Keith Lee should be Vince's favorite. He likes the big man. Alita says this is the same match. Randy says Robbie PMSL. Pissing myself laughing. Sophie says they released JoJo quietly months ago. Randy says Keith won OMG. And Robbie says Lee with a win. Not exciting. Alita's like Tuesday afternoon. Vinegar says Olympics won't get rained out like WrestleMania. They care more about their product than McBossman does his. Cola says 50-50 booking. Randy says it's too late to push Jobber Lee now. Sophie says, has the Olympics ever got rained out in its entire history?
No.
Not that I know of. I mean,
They will delay some stuff and
I mean,
move some stuff around, but they don't
Yeah.
The Olympics
I'm
go on.
pretty sure that they might delay depending on how bad the rain gets. It would depend, but yeah.
I've seen it snowing so bad during their half-pipe stuff that you're like, how can they even see the snowboarders? They had to
Right.
like use special lenses on their cameras. But those snowboarders are used to that.
Chris is like, bullshit. Alita's like, nope. And Piccolo says, that sucks for her. Sophie says the WWE released the whole Rotunda family this year.
They did.
Vindicator says, no sympathy. Now the girl in the purple USA top can win the race. Randy says, Reggie looks stupid. Sophie says, is it weird that they didn't pay tribute to the wrestler that passed away a few weeks ago?
Wasn't it his son? It wasn't a wrestler. Wasn't it the wrestler's son that died or something?
I thought that, yeah. Robbie says, Reg with more suits than Moss Brothers. Chris says, D, it's not a question. Punk is set to come out at AEW Rampage on August 20th.
We'll see.
Okay. It's not a question.
I like to see it happen before I talk about it.
Sophie's like, we don't know if Bray wants to continue wrestling. Robbie says, D, make sure you get an autograph from Cena when you go to his tour. Okay.
You going to all 15 cities?
I'm going to, totally. Randy says Reggie probably gets his suits from a charity shop. Sophie says, didn't Steve and Larson give up recapping Raw because it is that bad? And Vindicator says, no Olympic event is more intense than curling, except maybe archery.
You know, Raw's getting better and better, guys. It was awesome last week because of the match number, and tonight we've got a shit ton too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're already at 10 with an 11 coming for sure. If Reginald's wrestling. He's in a suit, so he might not be wrestling.
I don't know. He wrestles in suits.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He takes off his jacket and then he jumps around and people miss him and then that's it. Pickle's
Damn.
like maybe baby Gap suits. As Alita says, leave Reggie alone. And we have Jordan Williams in the chat. Hey, Jordan. And Vindicator says no Olympic event is more intense than curling. Oh, I already read that. Robbie says not sure about Raw getting better. And Chris says I can't believe they also got rid of Ric Flair. I can. It's fine. And Ravi, I would say Raw's getting better just because they have more matches and have more
Less recaps.
stuff. Less recaps. Nobody fucking wants to see recaps. No
You know,
recaps.
there was a time, and I write down every match, so I got notebooks. I could go back and I could show you 3-hour show, 5 matches.
3-hour show with 3 matches.
I don't know about that, but I can tell you that those 5 matches that were on that 3 hours were not 40-minute matches. They weren't half-hour matches. They were like 6-7-minute matches. And the rest of it was talking. When the pandemic first started in March, they didn't even have wrestling matches for like a half hour, 45 minutes in between matches.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, what are you guys doing? And then obviously they started doing a little bit more and more. And now with the live crowds, we're getting stacked.
Well, they have to, right? If you're going to sell tickets for as much as they do, even for the back rows of nothing, they're going to have to fucking be entertaining. Like, you don't go to a goddamn wrestling show to watch a big TV thing showing you recaps of shit. Sophie says I wouldn't be surprised if the WWE got Adam Cole to resign at the last minute. Randy says Reggie looks like a cheap clone of Kofi. Robbie says, D, you love a recap. Only when you're around. Alita's like, never. Robbie's like, Randy, you joker. Alita's like, leave my Reggie alone. Sophie says, it is weird that Keith Lee beat Cross on the main roster but couldn't beat him when they were both on NXT. He couldn't beat him last week either. So Cross beat him last week and then this week he gets redemption for it. Randy says that belt looks like an old pound coin. Vindicator says, but yeah, I don't care about I-95 titles or main events with unwatchable spoon-fed brats. So bye, guys. I will see you, barring any storms on your end, LOL, on Wednesday for whatever that show is called. Bye. All right. Bye, Vindicator. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you on AEW Dynamite on Wednesday.
Should be a fantastic show.
We're going to watch Chris Jericho and his third task. Ravi says, Tozawa, how's this guy not been let go?
Doesn't make enough money.
He makes nothing.
It's all about how much money they make on top of their talent level.
I would never wear those shoes with those pants. He's wearing some different shoes now.
He's
like, I gotta
shoes.
wear my wrestling shoes so I don't fall on my face when I do flips.
Look at this dance off. Let's hit it. Hit it. Reggie, not Reginald. Oh!
Tozawa. He's like, come on, get her done.
Oh, is he not going to dance? I thought we were going to have a dance off. Look at these guys trying to actually wrestle.
Chris is like, LL Reginald just said, I'm Reggie. Pickles says, catch you later, Vindicator. Right?
Check you later.
Check you later,
Dude,
Vindicator.
they don't want to hear that shit.
Right?
Check you later.
Check you later.
Check you later.
400-meter hurdles, semifinal 2.
Ugh, girls in our class are prudes, man. It was the girls before us. They were awesome.
Ow.
Dazed and confused.
Dazed and confused.
A girl in lane 5 is in front there. You can tell because she jumps first.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 4. I think she might be in 4. She's in the 5th lane, but she's in 4th up. Look at her lead. Jesus. I didn't know it was that far. I just thought that she was jumping first. She's going to lap everybody on a 400.
Huh.
All right, Reginald into the
crazy.
ropes. Or Reggie. Oh! A little spinaroonie.
Was a USA girl, too.
That girl's like, let me pull my wedgie out of my vagina. Live on TV.
They all have them.
They all have vaginas?
They all
They
have,
better have vaginas.
camel toes. Oh, I hope they all have vaginas. It'd be weird if they didn't.
That's what we want in women's sports.
Vaginas. That's what I want to see in women's sports, but,
I feel-
what do I know?
I feel like it should be like a necessity to save women's sports with the vagina. And 3, Reginald.
Wow, Reggie beat Tozawa fair and square and kept that 24/7 belt, huh?
I love that I don't really have to clock matches anymore because it is action.
It's actually doing stuff.
It's
yeah.
like the AEW shows now, or well, SmackDown turned into Raw. You know what's funny is they said they were moving Bruce Pritchard over there to do that, and then it changed. So I wonder if that has what happened.
Randy says, WWE, the company that cloned Kofi Kingston with an untalented wrestler who is a rejected form dancing on ice. I think he's actually Cirque du Soleil.
Yes, he's
Cirque du Soleil. He's a circus freak, just so you know.
He's got small hands.
Vindicator says, bye, Piccola. Fat Lisa, I miss Ayla tonight. Ha ha ha. Later. Alita says, bye, P. Robbie says, D, what special are you guys doing when you reach 1K subs? Blowing up shit.
I want to blow something up, but I don't know when that's ever going to happen. That might not happen until like January.
We're never going to get those last.
The last 7.
The last 7.
It's an uphill climb. Somehow
Chris,
we got like 3 over the weekend. I'm like, where'd you guys come from?
Right? Chris is sad.
I know
Akira
you.
main evented Evolve show with Adam Cole. Now look at him. Nice. Pico says, such an iconic movie. Right? Dazed and confused. Randy says, Nikki News name is Nikki Superhero in Training. Yeah, she is ASH. Nikki ASH. So he says, so the Olympics is more tougher than baseball since it rains before the baseball game starts. They either delay or postpone it.
Well, it has nothing to do with toughness there. You don't want a guy with slippery hands throwing a ball at you
100 miles an hour.
at 100 miles an hour and not knowing where that ball's going.
That might be a little dangerous, especially if there's any kind of wind. Could you imagine that? You have a 100-mile-an-hour ball that you can't see in the downpour of rain. He accidentally lets it slip and it hits you in the fucking head. You're lucky you're wearing a helmet. Hits you in the shoulder and breaks your arm. Just, yeah, no good. No good. Alita says he wearing thong, thong, thong.
Thong, da, 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 thong.
After she attacked Charlotte from behind. It's a no-holds-barred match tonight.
Yes.
That's weird. What does that even mean?
No rules. They're all those matches are exactly the same. No Holds Barred is the Hulk Hogan's movie, and so WWE uses it.
Sophie's like, can you believe they didn't pay tribute to Paul Orndorff?
Are you sure they didn't?
I thought they did. Isn't he the gay one?
No, that's Pat Patterson.
Oh.
Paul Orndorff was Mr. Wonderful, and he was. I'm pretty sure they showed it because I was like, oh, that. But it was before one of the Raws or something, like about a week or so ago.
Yeah. Robbie says Square is a fool. Lita says I'm a butt watcher too. And Randy says the first letters in superhero in training describes this new gimmick. Fatley says Piccola says I need to take a shot now when they say championship contenders match. Right? Because there's so many of them. They say it so often. So it says once again the women are main eventing WWE television. Yeah, it's pretty barfy. What are you doing?
Talking to Bart.
Bart? Bart?
Yeah, he's the guy that usually cooks at Shannon's breakfast.
He helps him cook?
Mm-hmm. And has the chairs and stuff.
Nice.
I just didn't see him this year there, so I asked him about it, and he said he was busy. But he can't wait to make it next year.
Nice. Do you think she's going to win this too? She's a 2020 NCAA champion in the 100 and 400 meter hurdles.
But
does she have a vagina?
Is it about winning your prelims? No. It's about
the semifinals, you have to qualify.
Right.
It's about qualifying, not winning.
Right. You want to save something. But, yeah, she's probably going to win. She's probably the fave.
Oh.
You can usually tell who's the faves. They're in the middle. Because they put the fastest runners in the middle.
I wonder if she's like, God damn it, my natural hair's getting wet.
You know what this moisture does to me?
It's terrible. Sylvie says, when the pandemic first started, they were taping shows. Yes.
Yeah, it was tough.
Robbie's like, D, is it though? Is what though?
They're all jumping at the same time.
Whee!
Wow.
Except for those three on the inside.
Yeah, they don't count. I'm talking about the leaders. Oh, she's America's falling behind right there. See? This girl here on the outside's first. No, the blonde right there's first. Way out in front, the girl in lane 3.
Oh shit, she fell. Oh, she was doing so good too, and she fell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Now it's just a sprint. The blonde was like turning it off.
Yeah.
So that girl on the outside fell.
She did.
Dang it. I think she was in the lead.
She was there for a while, and she fell down. I hope she's okay. Was that her? Was she the one that fell?
I don't think so. She probably didn't finish. They were laying in water.
It's raining. What difference does that make? Looks like it finally stopped raining some.
Hopefully she made it. Is she worried that she didn't make it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Rule number 1, after you run a 400, don't lay down. Her coach cannot be happy with this. But the other girl's doing it too. You know how fast that lactic acid goes into your muscles if you stop moving?
Right.
So she was ahead there. And then she caught her. The American catches her right here. But then she turns it back on. Yeah, I think she did finish second.
Yeah, she got second.
America!
Oh, are they going to show where she fell down? Oh, Peterson from Denmark. This is where she fell. Oh. Oh, owies. Oh.
Your Olympic dream. It's like Casey at bat. It's all raining and everything. She's just like...
Oh, I felt bad for her.
Here comes Charlotte. Cruella.
Charlotte Flair.
DeVille.
Randy says, right, I am off. 3:30 a.m. where I am. Good night. God bless. And remember, the Wrestling Gab is the best YouTubers ever. Sweet. Thanks, Randy. Have a good morning, sleep.
We're at least
night.
top 200,000.
Pickle says, ew, a photo finish. USA got second. Sophie's like, Pat McAfee paid tribute to Mr. Perfect this past Friday. Nice. Good for him.
What's going on? Why are they showing
I think they're just showing all the replays of all the finishes. Because I think they're done with the semifinals.
ASH, almost a superhero.
Almost a superhero. The Women's Championship Triple Threat match on SummerSlam.
So what does this match even count for if Charlotte's already in it?
I don't know.
Just to beat each other up?
Just for her to teach her a lesson.
Charlotte
to show
Charlotte's
her
not gonna
that
win
Charlotte's
this match.
so much better than her, I guess. I don't know. How would I know what's going on? It's the men's 200 coming up.
That's a quick match right there. A quick little race. I mean, like 19 seconds.
Like 19 seconds. Excuse me. Robbie says square in a match she should not be in. Sophie says hopefully if they do the draft, they don't draft the fuse that is on one brand to go to the other brand like they have done in the past.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Rob was like, yeah, I thought you could help me to know what's going on. When did I ever say I knew what was going on? Not once have I ever said that. I have no idea what's happening.
All right, we got about, what, 17 minutes?
We've got 4 minutes. It's going to take 4 minutes.
Becky. Just kidding. Becky will be wherever Seth is. And it would make a lot more sense to just wait to bring Becky back.
Right.
Look at her just pointing at her. You don't deserve it. She rolls out of the way and just cross-body attacks Charlotte.
And beats her. Pulling her hair out and all kinds of stuff.
Charlotte's an L7. You know what L7 is?
No.
An L and a 7 makes a square.
Oh, ooh, burn.
It's on Sandlot. You're an L7 loser. Square.
Pickle says, sad no pizza cutters or light tubes used in this no holds barred match. I know, right? It's all stupid. What are they going to do? Bring out a chair? Ooh, a chair. A kendo stick? Ooh, a kendo stick.
How devastating is it to a woman's body to be pregnant and have a baby grow inside of her in about 45 minutes?
Are you talking about that weird movie?
Yeah, it's so weird.
I don't know. It's really weird, though.
I feel like it would just pop you.
Yeah, Sophie says Chicago is going to have a good wrestling month.
They are. This place is sold out. It's where the Chicago Bulls play. We want what? Wavos?
I have no idea what they're saying. We want something, though. They want something. I don't know what it is, but they want something.
There it is. They want tables. We want tables.
Oh, that's
what
tables. They're saying.
Now they're cheering. Charlotte pulls out a table.
Robbie's like, Dee's side splitting with Travis's jokes. Oh, totally. Jokes.
Which is just so funny. Is this happening live?
It
says live in the
says
top
live
corner.
up there.
Look at the speed. That's another level of speed right there. What's his time?
18.19, 20.01.
20? You ain't winning a gold medal with a 20, dude.
I think it's just a qualifying, though,
It
isn't
is.
it?
But yeah, you should still be running in the 19s. What was the world record?
19.19.
Yeah. Usain Bolt.
Ooh. Oh, she kicked her. Oh, she slapped her in the boobs. Kick her in the hip. And she just kicked her down in the gut.
You should do play-by-play more often.
She grabbed her by the crotch, throwing her around.
They call that the
Oh,
crotch
she
throw.
hurt her back. Charlotte's throwing herself in the air with her no butt issues. Replay at the bottom of the screen.
Her gone butt.
Her gone butt. She forgot to do squats.
All right, Square's going to attack. Oh, spear through the freaking whole entire barricade. Took the whole thing out.
She fell down. So sad.
Now she's smacking herself. She should have went, woo, woo, woo.
Right? Piccolo says those monsters had a family, damn it. Lita says, did see that movie. Old. Robbie says that run into the barricade. Yeah. It was a run into the barricades.
Barricade. Oh,
Missed
that
it.
girl did not even.
And fell down.
She fell in the hole.
She fell in the hole. Oh, her fucking pole broke.
Oh, she broke her Achilles, maybe? No, she wouldn't be walking if it's Achilles. Oh, nothing worse than an injury.
I don't know what their problem is, but it's fucking weird.
I think this is all their fails or something.
I don't know. She seems to be doing okay. Look, she's really happy about it, too.
That was very feminine.
She's like, I throw the shot put and look at me go. Look at me.
She's very feminine.
She's
in
like,
her shot put.
She's needed some fairy wings on her and she'd be perfect. A little tutu out there.
But does she have a vagina?
I think so.
I think she does.
With that dancing, definitely vaginas. Sophie says, at least with the fans back, you could tell if they taped an episode of WWE TV a lot easier than before.
Yeah. You okay?
What's going on out there?
I think Meg might have fallen over.
I don't know, but that was really loud falling. But nobody seems to be hurt. I was like, do you with no sympathy for Nikki in this match? Sophie says,
Naxo,
what are
she
your
okay, buddy?
thoughts about Scarlett Johansson suing Disney?
Yeah, you know, if their contract says, hey, you have to go to theaters, and Disney's streaming it on their service, then you have cause.
Right. What?
Is it Meg?
What? What's happening? What's wrong with you guys?
Is everybody normal?
Yeah, Maxis was just hanging out in the bathroom. He was fine. Hey guys, pull that with me.
All right. Well, right now we've got rainbows on one channel. We've got
Oh.
picture-in-picture in the other channel, and looks like a 200 qualifier on NBC in a little small box.
I think a mouse trap went off or something.
Good deal.
But it wasn't a mouse in it. I think somebody fell into it or something.
Oh, that could happen to her. She's all sorts of crippled.
Yeah. Your feet go into it, okay?
All right, we're back. Looks like Charlotte driving that shoulder right into Mrs. Ash. Look at all that ash. Just kidding. It's ASH. Charlotte taking her up top. Gonna get a moonsaw off the top. Little superplex. There is a table propped up in the corner. Ash up top. Crossbody missed. Nobody was home. Big boot. 1, 2, and Charlotte picked her up. Charlotte had it. She picked her up. She's just adding insult to injury. What is Charlotte doing? Big boot. She's just embarrassing her. 1, 2, and does it again. Picks her up again. She's teaching her a lesson. That's my title. Will Charlotte get the title back in 20 days? It looks like we're 20 days away. Charlotte going under the ring apron. What's she grabbing? What she got? Chairs. Yep, chairs. Oh! Nikki Ash baseball slide. Kicks the chair right into Charlotte's face. Spinning DDT. Right down onto that floor. It's just like a 1-inch pad covering up concrete.
Hello, I'm back. Yay.
Yeah.
Lita says she would have to be doing her squats every day for a year to get a butt. Sophie says, it is weird that we are 19 days away from SummerSlam instead of the regular 20 days. Pico says, I did make a fatal movie choice this weekend. I watched The Green Knight on Sunday. What the fuck is The Green Knight?
Is it like the Black Knight on the Holy Grail?
Maybe. Pico says, so Great American Bash will be after SummerSlam in Las Vegas. And Alita says, I forgot that I'm watching on my TV and can watch Olympics on the phone. That's funny. Sophie says, why aren't they taking TakeOver back on the road yet?
I don't know. Maybe they won't. She had her pinned twice and picked her up by her hair.
Oh,
Charlotte
and now Nikki's like getting the hand.
Nikki rolls her up. Hurricane Ron. She's giving her the vagina face.
Oh,
and then power bombs her through a table.
Through the announce table.
Charlotte's going nuts. She's going ham. Where's our British people?
I don't know. Ravi, where the hell are you? And why aren't you making horrible comments? I need horrible comments now. Snap, snap.
Nikki may be dead. Charlotte's talking about herself. When I think about you, I touch myself. I touch myself.
Pretty sure that's not what's happening.
Well, she's touching herself. There's no easy rides in this business. You're here because of me.
She's
5 minutes left.
Extremely terrifying.
She's trying to pick her up, put her in the ring so she can hurt her. She's like, Nikki, you're fat.
She's like, oh my god, just get your feet in the right place. Jesus Christ, lady. Lolita's like, LOL. Sophie's like, there has been a disconnect between the main roster and NXT for some unknown reason.
Look at this
As
race.
they should.
Woo!
It's another qualifying. Whatever.
Look at the distancing right there. That's power. That's hamstring power right there.
Still a 2017.
Oh,
the superhero got out of it. I mean, almost a superhero.
She's almost that.
The ASH.
Charlotte's pissed.
Let's see. Piccolo's like, Nikki ASH is the new Lana. Ugh, what? She only went through a table once.
Yeah, and she can't do the splits. Lana's double jointed. Ask Rusev. He says it all the time.
He likes to say it a lot on AEW too. People are, why is he saying that? Because it's true. And her TikToks are even worse because she's bored. It's like, get a fucking job. Just go get a job.
Go act.
You don't have to be in wrestling.
Charlotte!
Oh,
the table, broke her head.
Threw herself into the table. That's terrible. She just threw herself into that table. It was awful.
Charlotte's like, let me go head first through a table.
She did good. She threw her shoulder into it first. But it was really her head.
That's it. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, Charlotte kicks out.
Charlotte's bleeding, of course.
She should be. She bleeds a lot.
She bleeds easily. Ew, gross.
Okay, dude.
Oh my god, why are you saying the things you say, Joe Smith?
How do they have anything left? Because they're professional athletes.
So some guy from Great Britain was in the stands while
From Great Britain?
From Great Britain.
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 You
From
gotta
Great
be from
Britain.
Britain.
And he was in the stands knitting. While his teammates, while he was supporting his team, you know. Oh, she did it.
That's it.
Nikki did it. You're Raw Women's Champion. She's a wiener. Almost a superhero. Nikki ASH. Nikki. Nikki. Nikki.
We had 10 matches. Again. 2 weeks in a row with 10 matches.
That's crazy.
I'm no longer dreading Raw.
Gothflesh says that had to hurt. Roberto says y'all have a good night. Thanks, Roberto. You too. Lolita says that was crazy. Went into the lead and the turn. Luna says good night, people. Sophie says Disney was in a tough spot. They had to find a way to release the movie for everybody to see. And with the pandemic going on, they had to do the streaming and theater thing. Sophie says Emma Stone is also thinking about suing Disney. But was it in her contract that Cruella would only go to theaters? Because, I'm sorry to inform you guys, but just because it was on their streaming device doesn't mean that it was cheap. Like, you had to pay out the butthole to get their premium access to be able to watch them. And it's like $30. Like, that's ridiculous. I would rather go to the movie theater or just wait until it's out in everything in a year and a half or whatever. It's just silly. For that stuff, anyways. Yeah, they're never going to count her out of anything ever again. Because in 3 weeks, we'll see what she's really made of.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this ending.
Because
I just don't think that Nikki's that good. And shouldn't have won it clean like that. I know, granted, it was Charlotte's mistakes that caused it, but still.
Right. She's like, I'm in
She's
here.
like, I'm going to go out and get COVID.
She's like, let me see your little wonderful poster, little child.
Do you have the Delta variant? I've been looking forward to this.
I just want to be off air for 10 days. 10 to 14 days. I want to get another cold. Alright, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight for WWE's Raw. We really appreciate each and every one of you in the chat. And anybody who's just lurking in the background, we appreciate you too. If you're new lurking in the background, please make sure to subscribe. Tell a friend. Invite other people to hang out with us and all that good stuff. Please give us a thumbs up. It helps with our algorithms. And we will be back here again on Wednesday for AEW's Dynamite Homecoming because they're going back to Miami. No. Homecoming.
Jacksonville.
Because they're going back to Jacksonville. My bad. Florida is what I meant to say. They're going back to Florida. And it is the third trial of Jericho out of his 5. that we're going to be watching.
Juventud Guerrero. We haven't seen him since the 90s.
Yes. Piccolo says every barbershop in the hood bootleg movies for $5. That's my answer to that nonsense. Right? Like, I mean, because you have the people that go in and, like, just videotape everything so you see it anyways, right?
I like when the people walk in front of the camera.
Seen them.
That's my favorite. That's how I watched Madagascar 2 for the first time. Mm-hmm. This is like people walking in the crowd. I'm like, this is fantastic.
It's like being in the movie theater.
The audio was like through the camera's audio. You know, it was like perfect. If it got too loud, it was like...
It's like, get it bootleg. Do they still do that? I'm sure they do.
I bet you anything there's something.
I mean, if they didn't, then they wouldn't have all the things that they have. But, you know, I mean, they still do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think somebody's standing on the corner slinging CDs or DVDs, but I do think people are doing it online.
They might be.
Have
we don't know.
Have you seen the new Madagascar?
Haven't lived in a big enough city to see that kind of stuff happening. Right. So
fantastic.
Spiegel says yes. Yes. All right, guys. Thanks again for all the great comments and chat and
thanks for hanging out with us all
conversation.
Night.
Thanks for hanging out with us and keeping us entertained with you guys. It makes the night go by faster.
All right. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.